They've definitely switched on for this game, and I think the Adfru side has maybe switched off a little bit because in their last game, their defence was so strong against WA. So hopefully they wake up a little bit, or a lot.
Hopefully a lot, but Ash Newson now gives her team an opportunity to extend their lead to 14. I think with these type of championships, and you would know because you've played in many, is probably slow out of the gates. But once you get going, you can really start to see the combinations clicking, and Sydney is certainly looking like that now as Houston nails the conversion. It's too easy so far, so that's 14-0 to Sydney over Adfru. And Molly, just even talking about it off air, just going back to your injury, you're all travelling well, you're recovering and hopeful of being back for the World Cup, but not for the next Test series for the Wallaroos.
Yeah, not the next Test series. I'm only 8 weeks post ACL surgery, so
that's amazing.
Yeah, so we're looking to make a bit of a 5-month recovery, and hopefully my first game back will be at the World Cup. So a bit daunting, but
we're all hoping
up
for that,
to the
mate.
challenge.
I know you will be, as Latu motors forward and Sydney through Robinson. Great carry there by the loose head prop forward, nearly a turnover. Beautiful long ball place. Now Houston, sort of a bit of a worker off the shin, but it's out on the form. She puts her hand up straight away. Not the ideal play, but just two beautiful phases there, Molly, and being able to put it on the toe straight away. It's just shows you the class of this Sydney side.
Yeah, they are. They're looking really classy, and their forwards are running so strongly at the moment. They're just really putting the Adfru side on the back foot. So credit to them.
Could be a long day for Adfru, but they're going out now through their 5-8. They've had a great game so far. Lockett. It's the first time they've had the ball and they've just dropped it there, so disappointing there through Cross and Lockett. I think last match, the reason why they were so good against the Western Australians is they dominated possession at certain plays, and they've really only had 2 phases and they've turned it over. So just with this Sydney side, you don't want to give them too many opportunities, and you don't want this lead to get out in more than 20 points, because it could be anything. But you know, a lot of these players, Molly, through Adfru and big improvers, even though they're down at the moment and lost their first game. You were saying last year the gap between Western Australia and Adfru was how many points?
It was, I'm not entirely sure what the score was off the top of my head, but I do remember last year, and I was playing with Adfru last year, it was quite a tough game, and the score did blow out a little bit. And, you know, like I was saying earlier, the girls have now been together for a solid 12 months. But no, it's good. They're getting there.
Big improvers Adfru as they, Sydney, that is, over the advantage line, already 5 metres in front. It's Houston. Goes looking for a run. She gives it off and shifts it wide, and here's Hamilton. She's been impressive so far, Hamilton, down that short side. Sydney on the attack now. Motoring forward is Lucy. She carries well, and a beautiful long ball place into Houston. Houston again, out to the number 8 for Sydney in Latu. Beautiful blonde locks of hers. They shift it wide, and it's out wide again. And is it Houston? No. It's the 14. Davey.
Kim Davey, another one of the Sydney Uni girls. So there are a lot of Sydney University girls in this team, which is great to see.
Yeah, and very strong within the Sydney competition. There's Hamilton again. Beautiful offload. Is it a try? Number 3 for Sydney. No, just short. So close now. There'll be a couple of metres out. On the burst now is Horemai. And is she going to get over the line? Yes, she does. Is she held up? It's a try. So Sydney have scored their 3rd try in 10 minutes. Probably the quickest point scoring spree so far in the tournament. And it's been scored by Horemai. And she's been impressive so far, Molly. Good ball carry, good leg drive, but maybe the combination of these players within their club side at Sydney University is showing because they just look very connected in everything they're doing. Their attack is sound. It just looks like they've been playing together for a long time.
There is. You know, this Sydney team has been together for quite some time now, the forwards especially. We've got that, you know, the 9 and Ash Hewson, who's at fullback this time, but they were the 9-10 combo before, have been playing together for years. It's always quite handy when you've got such a strong connection in the team, whereas ADFU, on the other hand, you know, we only come together for 2 weeks every year, and prior to that it was, you know, 12 months ago. So it just goes to show that if a team does spend more time together, they're obviously going to be a lot more connected.
Yeah, and you did say it is handy when you're spending time together. It's also handy when you've got players like Ash Hewson in your team, because she's 3 from 3 so far and leading the way, not only for the Wallaroos of recent times, but in this match so far, as Lockett gets things underway and Sydney take it, storm onto it and run out. So good defence there by, I think it was their outside centre, Maguire. So sorry, Emsley. As now Nicole King gets things underway. Beautiful line out throw at the back. Half out to Lockett, and again wrapping around. ADFU just can't get over that advantage line at the moment through their half back now and cross. Giving it on. Gee, that's a solid hit there by the Sydney defence on Nona. You find that they've gone backwards, but there's a penalty advantage. And gee, the referee has certainly played the line there. It must have gone all the way back to that line out being offside, as Cross has the ball and looking for the quick tap. Down by 21 at this point. Very, very deep in attack. An outstanding game last one is Danielle Cross. She takes it over. A lot of players at the breakdown for ADFU. Carting things forward. Great defence there again by Sydney. And Cross across the ground. Another monster of a hit by Latu. And you can just see now that the defence is really on the attack because they're driving this ADFU side back. Ball stuck in there. Cross trying to get it out. And it is a penalty for not releasing. And it's Batty Bar Saga who's got in there and latched over the ball. Good kick by Sydney. Now looking dangerous. Very dangerous for them. 21-0.
This is a good opportunity for the ADFU girls now to put some pressure on the Sydney line out. Hopefully they can. They've got Sharon Laws as one of their main jumpers, and she's quite a skilled jumper in the air. So we'll see if they can get the ball back this time.
Yeah, well, taking their time now, which is working in the favour of ADFU, because it might be a blood bin replacement. I think it is. So just on 14 minutes down now. 21-0 to Sydney. ADFU making changes with the blood bin. As they throw to the back. It's beautifully taken. Again, set piece looking so good for Sydney. And so their set piece backs play. Taken down there now. They swing it wide. Through their winger, Davey. Going forward again, marching forward is Salusi. Always so dangerous with the ball in hand. Salusi out wide now. Sydney on the attack through Saravoa. Counter ruck there by Adfu, and it is a penalty advantage. So joining the ruck from the side. And Molly, it's a quick tap. They'll come back to an attack. They're on the attack again through their hooker. And marching forward, and it may even be a try here. Is it close? It's a metre out. Counter ruck is on from the side again. There might even be a break in play, but Molly, I was going to ask the question before. It's almost like in this tournament here, if you're down by a lot of points, you're clutching by it, trying to do the counter ruck from the side, because the referee's all over it now, and they're giving away cheap penalties. It's making the gap even further. We've seen that in most matches so far.
Yeah, there have been. I think everyone just gets a little bit flustered. They get a bit too excited. Here we go, Latu over the line. No one can stop her.
Oh,
She's
no.
such a damaging player.
Fantastic try, Latu, and she is a fantastic player, and she had such a good tournament for the Buildcorp National Champs last year, and did that with ease. Almost couldn't even get excited about it as a commentator, because I just thought it was a general play move. She just strolled over the line. She's a big, powerful rugby player, and I'll tell you what I also like a lot about this Sydney team. You can't see the footage here on Rugby.com.au, but they all jog back to the sideline. They all get their drinks together, and most teams are doing that now. And you don't see the water boy or the trainer actually going to them while they're anymore. They drop it at the 40-metre line. They've got to jog back. It's a very good thing to see as Ash Houston lines things up and knocks it over. So 28-0, 4 from 4 from Houston. And it looks as though this could be a long afternoon, or certainly a long match for your team, Molly.
I think it might be. But I don't think they will stop trying this entire time. And that's one thing that the ADF are known for.
So with the ADF, do you have the option of playing for New South Wales country, or are you born in Sydney? How does it work? Do you just choose a team?
We can play for whoever we like.
But you're loyal to the services?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay,
absolutely.
The temptation could be there to join a team like Sydney, but
I was tempted to play for Sydney this year. You know, they're known to have a lot of the... Here we go, look at them.
Oh, well,
absolutely killing it.
Well, we know that you're loyal to Adfu, but wow, just scintillating at the moment. Houston was very much part of it with Latu. Here's Latu again, straight through the gap, Latu. And she's doing it with ease. She bumps off one. She continues to go forward. She just cannot be stopped at the moment as they look to swing it wide, and they do, and it's Grace Hamilton for the corner. Is it her second? And she scores. What a try by Sydney, and all of Sydney's love is coming not only just to Grace Hamilton there, but to the middle of the field to see Latu, because she was a big part of that. Molly Gray, what a try and what an effort by Sydney so far. It is 33 points to 0, and we've still got 2 minutes to play in this first 20-minute term.
Latu is probably one of the most damaging players I've ever seen, and that I've ever played against as well. Having her run at you is like being hit by a brick wall. That's what that feels like.
I've never been hit by a brick wall, but I think if I tried to run at or tackle Latu, I'd be tasting concrete and bitumen and cement. She's a very powerful footy player, and great part of the reason why that Sydney has been so successful in these tournaments. Is Houston again lining up for her 5th conversion. She walks in, strikes, good hit. And she's not perfect, so now 33-0, still the scores remain. Good purchase on the ball, but Molly, you've played with Ash before. A lot of talk about her almost being the poster girl of the sport, but certainly one of the best ones, including yourself. But she seems to get better every year.
She does, and she's no spring chicken, that's for sure. But she is probably one of the most amazing rugby players I've ever played beside.
Good, and she leads by example, and so does this girl here. It's Latu. She's through. She's brushed off about 5. She decides to hit the deck, and long ball placed because it's probably easy to give it to her teammates. Juggled around. Here comes Sydney, looking very dangerous. And they're through now. It's Houston. We just spoke about it before. Can she score? She palms. She goes through. Boggled ball back. Oh, and it's a knock-on by Adfru, so it will still remain. No, it's knock-on to Sydney. I thought, surely not. It cannot be a 40-0 point scoreline at half-time, but Sydney just scintillating.
Such an amazing run by Ash Houston. I was talking to her at the gym the other day at one of our Wallaroos gym sessions, and she was saying that recently, since getting more into our gym and conditioning programs, this is the fittest that she has ever been. And it's showing, because right now she's obviously doing such an amazing job, and I cannot wait to see her play in the 3 test matches over in New Zealand, and then later this year over at the World Cup in Ireland.
Well, Sydney get the penalty there under all sorts of pressure.
Dominating that scrum.
They are. They are. And there's only seconds remaining. And be pretty confident Sydney could score here, but Adfru so good with their defence in their opening game are sort of falling off a little bit now as Sydney continue to pepper their line through Sa'avawa. And they continue to go the same way with Houston. Beautiful slight shift of hands, and there's another try coming up, and it is Maguire, Crystal Maguire, the try scorer for Sydney. What a try.
Easy for them this game. Bit too easy for them.
It is too easy. It's not easy out there.
No.
Because these girls are working incredibly hard, but 38 points to 0. And we are just on half time, and Ash Houston looks to make it 40. And as we line up this kick, the breeze stops. There's no more wind. And I bet you as soon as she goes to walk into the ball,
the wind will pick up.
The weather gods will come down and blow it off the mound. But Houston has just missed the one kick so far. As she steadies herself, looks down at the ball. Nice quiet feeling now the rain has subsided as she walks into strike, and she does. And judging by the noise behind her from her teammates, she is successful. So 40-0 half-time here at round 2 of the Buildcorp National 15s Women's Championships. We've had round 1, and Molly will continue with the call and talk about these two teams. What would you do? And I know you've played in many games, and you'd be one of the more senior players within the squads. Is down by this hefty margin, do you look to go out and just win the second half, or do you want to play for pride, or how does it work?
I would look to fix up the small things, and I would. You know what? I think what the ADFIU team needs to do is get their tackles a little bit lower, especially on those big runners like Latu, like Alex Salusi, who's having an absolutely amazing game. She's such a strong runner, and and they both seem to be busting that line quite easily. So I think the Adfru team do need to drop their tackles a little bit lower, and maybe just up the aggression a little bit and get off that line a little bit faster as well. So just start doing the small things right, and at least bringing it that little bit extra this second half.
Well, they've had no ball, and their match against Western Australia, where you saw the likes of, and we gave them a big rap. Even Carpenter, their fullback, saw a lot of ball. I barely even mentioned her name or seen her with the ball. Cross and Lockett were instrumental in keeping their attack together, and I really barely even think that they've had more than 3 phases together. So Adfru have certainly got the players to do it. We know Alicia Hewitt is a good carrier of the ball, and their set piece was pretty strong in their first game through Nicole King. So I think that maybe it's just Sydney are too hot at the moment, and that when you dominate possession and territory, you're almost certain you can dominate the scoreboard, where in other games teams have dominated possession but not the territory and been camped down in their end. This Sydney side knows how to move the ball, play field position and get the ball back.
Well, that's right, and there's nothing harder than a game where you have to defend the entire time, or the majority of the time.
There's nothing more boring. We don't like defending either.
No, no one really.
It's not as fun.
No.
I find that sometimes you can use more juice as far as energy in attack than defence. I used to find, maybe because I just used to chase the ball around, but good defensive, if you've got a good defensive side and the attack's coming at you and you can hold your defence and be composed, you can almost save energy and let the opposition or let the attacking team
tire themselves out
by just chasing that ball around and not getting any effort. But if Sydney were to be doing that right now, they're busting through the line and they're getting the reward. So usually those sort of thoughts creep in your head.
And they are spreading that ball quite quickly. They're playing a very fast game, and I think that's putting the ADFRU side on the back foot, and it's sort of shocking them a little bit, opening them up a bit too much, and they're creating a lot of holes in their defence, which Sydney are obviously capitalising on and driving straight through it.
As we see Sydney out there ready to go. Part of that, we know Latu, one of the try scorers in this match. 6 tries so far, a double to Grace Hamilton, who's been ambitious out on the flanks, but also very industrious and tight. Solid team, this Sydney one. And really showing why they dominated the competition last year. And there's been a couple of replacements for Sydney. We'll get to them in a minute, but ADFRU are kicking things off here in the second half. 40-0. 2 points a minute as we get things underway, and Sydney are straight on the attack and looking for a hole, and they do. Good run there. A very strong run by KY. Out long wide. Motoring forward is their hooker, Latu. Good strong run there by Emily Robson. She's been good also today. Hewson in the play on that outside flank, and they're already made 20 metres. And they continue to make metres down that short side through Hall. Slow ball, Hewson in there to clean it up. Here's Grace Hamilton. Bit of a jink before the line, long ball placed. Beautiful play here by Sydney. Sydney dishing it on. Lock forward, motoring forward. She's just coming to the game. Their number 4, Nakwama. Bit of a boggle ball, but the referee plays it on. The leg drop there by Savoa. She's almost held up. But Molly, what just happened then? There was how many minutes? 1 minute and 6 seconds, and we've managed to run 80 metres and being held up. This is a good Sydney team. This
is a great Sydney team. They've come out of the gates firing this second half, and I think they're just, again, putting the ADFRU side on the back foot, just with shock, I think.
Well, they shouldn't be embarrassed about it, because this Sydney side is on fire at the minute.
Credit to them. The Sydney girls have got a lot of experience, they've got a lot of good combinations, and these girls have played together for quite some time.
Looks like, is that Kobe Jane Morgan? I think it is. Their reserve scrum half. She didn't start this game, but she's wearing the starting 9 shirt. As Sydney go on the attack. Set piece play here, wrap around. Ash Hewson with the ball now. Dishes out wide. Could be too easy here for Sydney, but a good piece of defence there on the outskirts by Carpenter. With ADFRU back on the inside. Grace Hamilton again. Gets over the advantage line every time. Hamilton very short, pick and go. Who is that? It looks as though Sydney have definitely scored. Let's try and get a number on that.
Ariana?
Could be Ariana. We'll see the replay in a minute, but it's difficult to know that the numbers on these shirts from far away, but gee, it was good work by Hamilton. Just kept pumping her legs, and the trick here is the long and beautiful ball place. And is that 22 there, Molly? Getting over the line, but it doesn't matter. They're in the history books now.
They are. No, but good run by Grace Hamilton. She's absolutely on fire this game.
She's had plenty of carries.
And she's such a powerful runner. She makes that advantage line every single time.
Yeah, I think it could be the 24 in KY. And Ash Hewson, as she always does, makes no mistake of it. 47 points now for Sydney. And even looking now, Molly, the energy of this group, you see Hewson now just running back. She's pretty pumped.
She is. There's a lot of communicating going on there, and they're all in good spirits.
What wouldn't they be at 47-0?
Yeah, this is true. I think the ADFIU team just need to start talking to each other a little bit more as well. They seem a bit quiet in defence at the moment.
Yeah. Well, that's one way to get back into it, was up the comms and bring a bit of energy, even if there is only 15 minutes to go in this match, as Sydney motor forward again through Hamilton. And nice long ball place.
Beautiful kick by Houston.
It was a beautiful kick by Houston, and she just has this game on a string. You said that she's been around a long time, and I don't want to mention age. I'm allowed to. That's the thing. Like, I'm not sure. When I'm commentating the men, it's always like, he's a 37-year-old veteran, and how good's that? But I'm not sure if the ladies feel that way. But she's just an absolute freak of a player. It doesn't matter if she's 16 or 60. She's absolutely killing them today. So.
You know, she is in her I'm pretty sure it's late 30s now, but she's absolutely killing it and getting better with age. This is the fittest that she's ever been, and it's obviously showing right now on the field.
Oh, no, and Adfru, after such a good run by their inside centre, Riordan, it was a good option. They took it forward. They looked really strong and powerful, and then all of a sudden, caught in each other's way.
A little bit of panic there, I think.
Yeah. But Morgan just looking to go out to her flank to see what the next play is, as there's some replacements now for Sydney. And Emily Robinson, who is being replaced as a loose head, and Grace Hamilton leaving the game. Two of their probably better players in this side. Grace Hamilton scored the double, so she'll miss out on a hat-trick today, but wait and see how these replacements go, as Morgan feeds the ball in. Good solid scrum by Sydney. Coming through the line now. Houston again. Good long ball place to the half. Gee, they're looking good now. Sydney, as that's Mollisan. Is that a penalty, or is that a stop in play for injury? Doesn't look good there, Molly.
It's Alicia Hewitt on the ground there. Hopefully she's all right. She's just come back from a shoulder reconstruction, so hoping that she's okay, because she is such...
She's a Wallaroo as well.
She is. Yeah. She is. She's one of our second rowers.
I know. She's a huge part of this side and the program for the Wallaroos, as the Wallaroos skipper Ash Houston goes over and makes sure that she's okay. But you would know this feeling, Molly, that you're just seeing players down in this position and they're coming out and jigging around at that knee. It's just never a good feeling to either watch or even be a part of. Exactly,
and it just seems that there's been so many injuries so far this year, especially to players that frequent the Wallaroos side. We had Beck Clough go down with a patella injury.
Will she be right for the World Cup?
Hopefully, okay. Yes. From my understanding, she will be back and ready by New Zealand.
Okay.
And hopefully Alicia will be as well, because those two, as our second rowers for the Wallaroos, are such an amazing pair. So hopefully she's okay.
As we just pause here for a moment in injury time, it's 47 points to nil, as you can see there on the scoreboard graphic, and it's good news.
She's all right. Just needed a rest, I think.
I think she'll
shake it off.
She'll leave the game, but that's not a bad thing. I think they'll be certainly riding this game off and probably get her right for the next one. But it is a scrum to Sydney.
She did have her first game back last Saturday, actually, since her surgery. So she's done really well today. So hopefully she's doing all right. Give her a bit of a break now and let someone else come on and do some work.
She's done plenty today. She was good in the opening game. They just had no ball. They've just been really difficult to try and get any possession, just with the weight of attack from Sydney, and also just the way that they're defending. Anyway, we'll continue on now through the feed of Morgan. Short side play, Morgan dishes it. It's just too easy, and Sydney are over. You think that's an easy play, but it all comes down to ensuring the scrum is tight, solid, right side up, and Sydney get the try there through. I think that's Kiralee Laws. It is Kiralee Laws.
One of our younger girls.
I was about to say, she's tiny and she certainly got some speed.
She's come from the Sevens program. She was in the New South Wales Sevens and she crossed over into 15s last year, and she's dominating her position.
She was good. She was very quick, and it was all very well done and set up by the halfback Morgan. Hewson now looking to convert. The try of Laws. She focuses. She hits well and true, and of course gets the double. So Ash Houston adds to the tally now. It's 54 with those extra 2 points from Houston. And Molly, it's good signs for the Wallaroos to see some of these players in form.
I think it's great. I think the coaches have such a tough job ahead of them. I think it's amazing what we're seeing, and it's great to see what the past Wallaroos are bringing to this national tournament as well. So
I'd still like to see more of the Sevens girls and potentially having the tournament on a little later, because I know that there'd be some 15s players out here would be wanting to shape up against some of our Olympic gold medalists. So Sydney keep coming through on the attack. And Morgan dishes it out. She's been good in the second half, Morgan, and back on the inside. And Sydney looking very good through Maguire. The outside centre penalty to Sydney, not releasing the ball. They're going to slow things down. There's no need to panic. What would you do now, Molly?
Which team would I be on if I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing? That's the question.
Well, if you were Sydney, you'd probably be doing what?
Exactly what Ash is doing.
What Ash is doing, and finding the corner. And it was a good little worker too. 6 metres out. Their line-out's been very strong.
Hopefully the ADFIU team group up here and have a solid wall of defence.
Lemon the thrower. Throw to the front. Taken well. Motoring forward. Looking dangerous now here. They're doing their best. And it's a try.
Another try.
Another try to Sydney, and they are just motoring through, and we'll get a jersey number on that at the moment. But a beautiful line out, beautiful maul, and they come up with the points. So
they are proving exactly why they have won this tournament for the last 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row. Well, I thought it was, they certainly won it back to back. Last year,
it might be 2 then.
No, it could be 3, but I know that they're a powerhouse within the rugby circles. And we know that a lot of these girls in this Sydney team are going to feature in the Wallaroos squad, which will assemble, of course, to take on England, Canada and New Zealand in a couple of months. And then the World Cup, which I'm sure you'll be at.
Let's hope so.
Molly, great.
From what I've heard, they're going to be announcing the side in the next week. So there's a lot of hype around all of that.
Are you nervous? Do you get nervous?
Do I get nervous?
Of course you'd be nervous.
Of course I get nervous. Yeah. I get nervous all the time. It doesn't matter whether you've played for them before. Every time they, announce the team, it's just, nail biting, really.
Always got butterflies, don't you? But I'm sure your record will be rewarded as ADFRU look to get things back underway through Carpenter, and Sydney go on the attack straight away and making a couple of metres there, digging through. There's Morgan, their halfback, just head down. Beautiful leg drive there. Breakdowns 1. It's 1 out runners. Sydney on the attack. Their breakdown skills are a lot better than other sides. It's a nice run there by their flanker. And 7 has just sort of come into the game now. I think that may be Fiona Jones, it was. She was good in the opening match and only just entered the game now. She's looking for work. Here's Hewson. Beautiful little flick over the top there by Hewson. Doesn't have anyone on that ball. It's cleaned out now by Chancellor. And a good strong run too again. Gee, they're just so powerful, aren't they, this Sydney side? Back on the inside. That goal again, Fiona Jones. Making some meters, and they just continue to do so. Here's Hewson. Beautiful sleight of hand there, long ball place. Going into the breakdown now to clean things up is Maguire, who shifts it on. And down this flank now. Parker taking it into contact. Hewson jumping in at 10 more than often now. Jones has had a few carries in the last few minutes. Pick and go by Sydney. Motoring forward is Ayatua. Hewson from 15 to 10 to halfback. Now Sydney really putting the afterburners on here. Doing it with ease at the moment, not because of the defence, just the rate of play as they continue to move forward through Shepherd. Ball comes out the back. Looks like it could be an offside play. No, it's a turnover. Can Adfru come away with some type of reward for that defensive effort? It seems it's been a good chunk of attack, but it's a knock on, Molly, and just as you thought that they might be able to come up with some points and respect in this scoreline, they've turned it over after one phase.
They have, and you know, Sydney, God, they gave it to them then, didn't they? They absolutely did. The speed of their play was just outstanding. It does it goes to show why Sydney are the best, and they are very hard to defend. But
well, they're going to be hard to beat, aren't they?
They are. Credit to the ADFRU team, though. I mean, they are still putting up a good fight. Not good enough, not strong enough for Sydney, unfortunately, but they're definitely giving it a go. It'd just be nice to see the ball in their hand a little bit more.
Well, it's going to be a challenge. It might be walking back to halfway to kick the ball off. So Sydney back on the attack now, and Hewson got a tough pass there, and she just knocked it forward, but that's a shame there. Almost a flawless game there by the Wallaroos skipper. But just the energy between set piece and play by Sydney is just electric.
It really is this time round. It'll be good to see them play tomorrow, and then hopefully we'll see them. I reckon we will see them in the finals on Sunday.
I'd be surprised if they won it. The other thing that's electric about this afternoon, Molly, is that I can see blue sky, and it's an electric blue, considering before you and I had our computers drenched here at Runaway Bay, but Sydney just too strong in that strum, and they move forward again. Quick ball now, looking to play on the outside, but they play back in, and they're a metre short. Sydney digging the ball out is Fiona Jones. She puts the blinkers on and goes forward. And Emily Chancellor gets it. Ash Hewson, is she going to score? And she deserves that, Ash Hewson. It did look too easy, but she puts herself in the right position every time. And a deserved try scorer, the Wallaroos captain. And Molly, I just saw your body language there. Close up. It just seems like anything that Adfru do cannot be met with the brute force of this Sydney side.
Yes.
It's yes.
Yeah, unfortunately. No, I think it's just Sydney are really putting on such a good show, and Ash Hewson, again, as always, is just on fire, and her kicking is on point. She's insane. She's amazing to watch.
Yeah, she's on a roll today here now. I'm just trying to work out, doing the numbers. She has scored 2 tries and 8 goals. This could be her 9th. Is that right? We'll get the stats a little later, but she's piled on the points here at Runaway Bay as she peers at the ball. Beautiful stance over the ball as she goes into strike and strikes it well and true. And guess what? Another 2 points for Ash Hewson and another 2 points for this Sydney side. They lead. Well, it's been a huge win here by Sydney. They're up now 63 points to 0. And we still have just over 4 minutes to play as my host and good friend here, Molly Gray, tips her head back because she's up against it now. And there's a high tackle from Adfru. So they are playing with some pride. They're trying to put some shots on towards the end, and they come through now. Sydney down the short side. There's the hooker. I love seeing hookers in full flight there, just with the legs pumping. Long ball placed now to Sydney. And that's Morgan moving from 9 to 10 and back into 9 now. Morgan, can she get clean ball? Good counter-racking by Adfru, and they come away with it, but no, it's from the side. Sydney should be looking to play on now.
Bit of panic there from the ADFRU team, I think.
It seems like now every time, sorry Molly, that you have if there is a penalty from in the side, it's just purely out of frustration and nothing else. Because that's every time you're sort of clutching at straws, it's that penalty you're giving away, and it's been probably 4 times in this tournament we've seen it.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a, not a little bit, probably a lot of lack of discipline as well. You know, I think they should all know you can't come in from the side, and they're doing it, and they're getting, they're getting penalties. So
here's Lemon, who's thrown the ball short, but I'm sure that the defence will come through for Sydney. And it's a penalty. Could be the first penalty they've given away in this half, Sydney. But now Adfru, it'd be great to see them get on the scoreboard with just over 3 minutes to play. I'd love to see them get some points. And it really has been a dominant display here by Sydney. We saw in the first game that they were still dominant again, but a little bit rusty. But in this second game, they didn't even go with their starters. They've looked very, very strong as Lemon. No, sorry, I wouldn't say Lemon. It's Nicole King. They finally got the ball.
If they can just keep the ball in hand, I think they'll be safe. And hopefully they'll be able to... And they've lost it again, unfortunately.
Well,
I spoke too soon.
We do that very well here at Rugby.com.au. And Sydney go on the attack again. Ball at the back. Not back in 10, no, not releasing. So I don't want to say this disrespectfully, but still a chance for Adfru to contribute something to this match. And they should be taking the quick tap, and they do. Just run. And they do moving forward. Let's see how this Sydney side defends. We know they're attacking well as Adfru go on the attack. Ball back now to their reserve loose head prop. That's Butler. It is. Penalty to Adfru. So that's 3 in a row for Adfru. And where's this been for the last 38 minutes, Molly?
I've been wondering the same thing. Same thing. Just goes to show if they put their foot down and they apply some pressure to Sydney and they hold onto that ball, they can really start to do something with it.
And they continue to move forward. And Cross gets in there and delivers it out. Short ball inside. I think that's Riadran. One off running now. Probably not the answer to go to, but that's Nona. But they are making metres at the moment, Adfru. A couple of pumps of the ball there, and they get through the line. And that's Nicole Hall. Cross digs it out. They've made 20 metres now, Adfru. Best passage of play they've had this side of the half. One out runners, but still it is effective. As Mosselian goes through, and this Sydney defence is holding on. Do they have any more points in them? And can Adfru get on the scoreboard? Good strong run there by Adfru. Could be a pilfer here. Has that ball come out Sydney side? It has. And then it's come back to Adfru's side, and the referee has decided they've done it illegally. And they've taken the quick tap now. Beautiful run there by the scrum half, Morgan, who gets tackled and off the deck there. Gee, that's a lovely play. And here comes Sydney. Can they score again?
I think they can. I think they're definitely close. The rate of their play is too much for the Adfru team, I think.
Well, they've just turned it over there on the line as the clock ticks over to full time. Who's got the ball now? Would Adfru be happy with this scoreline or keep pushing for more points or some points in this match as they look for the pick and go as an option? Just working their way out. Cross gets it across, but the penalty goes to Adfru, and this could be interesting. they've called a try. No, is that a penalty or a try?
That's a yellow card, my
Well,
friend.
it's not a penalty. It's not a try. It's a yellow card. But if you're standing that close to the try line with your hand up that way, you would think so. But Cross takes the quick tap, and Adfru are on the attack. And here they go down the touchline. Can they stay in? Great tackle and defence there by Suavar. And they keep pushing forward. I'd love to see Adfru get the try, but they've coughed it up and turned it over, and Sydney have dived on it. That could be full time. And it is full time here at Runaway Bay. Sydney have just sent a statement in this competition. 63 points to 0 over Adfru. A disappointing result for Adfru because they showed so much promise against the Western Australian side, who are big improvers for this year. But Sydney just too strong, Molly Gray. And the real reason for that, Ash Hewson, Grace Hamilton in the first half.
Victoria Latu.
Victoria Latu. I think we could all do with a Victoria Latu in our forward pack. But you pull those players out, it may have been different, but just they lack some star personnel there, Adfru. But you'd be shattered for them, but I know they'll bounce back later in this tournament. They've still got a couple more games to play.
Well, that's the thing. You know, it's a disappointing end score, but the girls always do learn a thing or two from games like this, and I'm sure that's it for them for today, but I'm sure they'll come out tomorrow firing with whoever they're up against.
So full time here at Runaway Bay. It's been an absolute pleasure to call that one, and we look forward to calling many more here on Rugby.com.au. Buildcorp National Championship, and we all know the support that Buildcorp gives throughout rugby, not just with the women's game, but also in the community as well. And we are very proud to be associated with such a dynamic brand. And without Buildcorp, this tournament certainly wouldn't be at the level it is today. So to Buildcorp, we say thank you as we take a break here on Rugby.com.au. And we'll see you for the second match of round 2 of the Buildcorp National Rugby Championships here at Runaway Bay.
together. There we go.
Captain.
We're
Ready?
live back here at the Buildcorp National Women's 15
Yep.
Championship. Patrick Folks with Molly Gray.
Hello,
As the
Patrick.
SA Hello, Molly. You look well.
You do too.
As the SA Barbarians kick off, and this is a great run first up by Western Australia. They've made some crucial meters there. The girls from the west look to go to that left-hand side. And here is centre. Booyah Swanwell. The ball's been carried loose, but Amy Perrott is happy for it to play on. South Australia just causing a bit of havoc there at the breakdown. And much improved South Australian Barbarians have shot out of the blocks after their earlier performance against Sydney. Chloe Butler causing a bit of havoc over there as WA get a few crucial meters. Playing advantage to WA. Referee Perrott not having any of that at the breakdown.
They've come out of the blocks firing this second game of the day, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It's WA kick for the corner. And they are certainly looking to show their wares against their South Australian counterparts. And that is an excellent kick. So WA with an attacking line-out early in the game.
Can you just manage your gap today, please?
Here we go, we'll have throw in. Daniel Wycliffe. The ball's been secured by South Australia, but it goes back to WA. Now a chance on the outside. That ball's been falconed. That is an absolute falcon on Stacey Avery. Ball still there for Western Australia. We have a knock on there by the Barbarians, and frenetic pace starting the game at Molly Gray.
It was, and I don't think anyone knew who had the ball just now. I think it got turned over a couple of times in that one little section. So it'll be good to see what they can do here now that we've come to a scrum.
The line.
My money is on WA for this one. They've come out absolutely firing with great aggression behind them, so I reckon there will be some points on the board very, very soon from WA.
Listening to the thoughts of Wallaroo Molly
I
Gray,
need you to bind underneath so she can get over the top
Australian
of the bind.
representative.
Okay. Thank you.
As the wind picks up again today, and we've already remarked earlier in the call, thanks to Adam Fryer, on the
Bind.
weird conditions. You know, Adam
Set.
spent a lot of time in Melbourne, so he's used to strange weather. Good scrum.
No.
WA managing to hold it, but that's a full spin. You can't do that, and that's a penalty to South Australian Barbarians.
Big celebration from the Barbarians team as well. Good to see, good energy.
They're certainly looking more focused. Perhaps a game they were targeting today, Molly.
I think it might be. Their first game was against Sydney this morning.
Phoebe Thomas just getting a couple metres there for South Australia. Ball goes up the back, and that's Alana Alicia. And they're moving the ball out wide. This is good areas from the South Australian Barbarians. A bit of a rolling maul. WA just looking a little bereft of ideas. Here we go, some great hands, an offload. This is better from South Australia. That attempted offload was just pushed too far. So we're playing advantage for the knock-on. WA move the ball into the centre of the field.
Bind over.
And they've just managed to shift it from left to
You went
right.
on your feet so you can't play the ball. Okay?
So a penalty to WA and an opportunity to clear the lines, Molly.
It is great pressure from South
wasn't on her
Australia.
feet, so she can't play the ball.
Not necessarily the South Australian team. It is a Barbarians. This Nationals tournament, from my understanding, they are mostly Queenslanders. But they have never played together before, and this is the first time that they've come together, and they're coming together quite well and putting some good pressure on WA for this second round.
Some great meters there by South Australia. That was Georgia Page. Has just managed to move the ball forward. Asking questions of the WA defence. Here we go. Another loose pass and an attempted offload. So we'll come back for the scrum. And maybe that's part of the tactics of South Australia. Play quick ball and try and test WA's fitness.
I think so. I think there's been a lot of attempts to play with quick ball throughout this entire tournament, and I think it goes to show that when you do play quick, it does put the defence on the back foot.
Crouch. Fine.
So the put in by Western Australian scrum half Hayley Barclay.
It was the far side that caused the
Another former Wallaroo.
What are you liking from this Western Australian side, Molly? Because they've definitely come here to play at this tournament.
I'm loving Natasha Haynes at the moment. She's moved into the forwards for the last 2 years now. She was actually in the back line. Last time at the 2014 Women's Rugby World Cup, she was the Wallaroos winger. So it's nice to see that she's moved into the forwards, and she's killing it in the forwards.
As WA get a couple of metres up that right-hand side through Mika King. And Haynes gets those extra metres. Ball's thrown on the inside. And that's Tui Kopi. WA looking to find some gaps in South Australia's defence. And this could have been stolen by South Australia. South Australia holding on to it, and there's the spills opportunity. So WA have an opportunity now if they want to use it, and they do. They chance their arms out wide, and that's Sarah Farley. Got a couple extra metres, but the pressure at the breakdown is huge from South Australia. WA not sure what to do, so they just probe it right, but they're getting a couple extra metres. This could be an opportunity for Shanice. No! Pushed into touch. And that was Farley.
Great pressure from the South Australian team with a quick line out. And they're putting some great pressure on WA's defence.
through the middle. She's fine.
But the ball's been turned over again by WA.
WA looking good.
Hands
Ball
off
in
red.
hand. Stolen it again. Just 5 metres out from the try line now. They're getting closer. And poor ball from the breakdown. And that pass has been pushed just
Number
10
5, clear
centimetres
release.
too far out of the outstretched hands of Sarah Farley.
Number 5, clear release.
Full-on penalty to the women in blue.
We'll take a kick, please. Shot it, got, please. Shot.
Going for the points this time.
It's showing South Australia some respect, really. They've come out of the blocks firing, and I guess it's a good opportunity to register some points.
It is. I thought they were going to put some points on the board a little bit sooner, the way that they came out of the gate there, but
You know why? It's because we
Just make
talked
sure
them
the
up
girls
as
keep their
a
discipline.
potential premiership challenge,
that is true.
and we've put the curse on them for this first half.
I think a lot of people did. They did try and go under the radar this tournament, is what Beck Clough told me earlier today, but word got out. These infamous Wanneroo girls that they've got on the team,
Yeah.
and maybe put a little bit of pressure on them already.
Tui Kopi just slotting those points to take the score to Western Australia 3, South Australia 0. And we're getting a So South Australia will restart. And taken there by Haynes. Gets a couple of metres. Western Australia throw it out to Hayley Barclay. That ball's gone over into touch. So a line out here for South Australia. As Alicia Wilson gets the ball in. South Australia move it quickly, but that ball's not gone to hand. Amy Perrott happy to let it go? No.
Calm down.
She thought about it, but
Yep, there's a substitution.
it's Western Australia
Okay.
leading this match 3-0
Lost forwards, scrum to blue.
after that penalty kick earlier on. And Molly, what have you thought about the scrum battle between these two sides?
It's been even. It has been even. I'd like to see the ball come out a little bit faster. I'd like to see the pace of the game pick up a little bit as well.
You just sense that South Australia frustrating WA into mistakes at the moment, which is
Bind.
excellent tactic by them.
It is. Because like we said, South Australia only did come together
Guys, we
for
need
the first
stability on
time
your
this
side.
morning
So
as a
second row is to
team.
hold your front row back.
They
Or else
are
I'll have to free kick you, okay?
filled up with a lot of the Queensland girls as well. So I think in this team there's actually only 4 South Australian
Crouch.
regionals. But
Well,
they
we've all got a
Bind.
little South Australia in us.
do we?
I like
Set.
South Australia. Adelaide's a beautiful city. It's WA. Feed the ball in through Hayley Barclay. The ball goes out right and they kick over the top. No one at home. But the ball's gone out on the full, so we'll come back from where the kick was taken, obviously outside the 22.
On me. So just you.
As the wind picks up here at the
No, it's fine.
Runaway Bay Super Sports Centre. Sports Super Centre even. South Australia, and that line out's not straight. Frustration.
Not straight.
Therefore, Alicia Wilson, the prop,
Line out. Okay.
the hooker rather.
Line out. Yeah, same one.
So we're taking the line out option. WA just playing it safe there because there have been some interesting line out battles already.
Stolen by Chloe Butler. She's great in the air. She's got a lot of experience. Comes from the Wallaroo background. She's back here from America to try out for the Wallaroos again. They do have a test series in 3 weeks over in New Zealand, and then obviously we've got the World Cup later this year as well. So it's nice to see her back in the country battling it out for a spot in the Wallaroos.
Alana Alisi there at fly half for South Australia, and this is better ball movement
Away now, 16.
by the women in black and red. Ball goes out to that left-hand side, and there's space there if they can use it. That final pass again. Putting themselves in good areas though.
They are. They definitely are. But I think everyone gets a little bit of white line fever. And I think with these 20-minute halves, everyone thinks that they've got to do so much in such a short amount of time. So they rush it and they push it a little bit too hard. And all through today, you've seen a lot of little mistakes, but cost them points on the board.
Yeah, ball available. But I see where you're coming from, okay?
Is it okay for me to ask you? I know she's captain, but it's like,
We'll just do this now.
So packing down for a scrum.
Crouch. Bind.
Great angles here on our broadcast on Rugby.com.au. Production crew working hard.
Everyone's working hard. The players are
Driving
working
up.
hard.
That's what I want.
Luke said
I'm
driving up.
working hard. I'm working hard on rehab, Pat.
That's true.
Yeah.
Talk about that now. As WA get the penalty. So a little scrum win to them there.
Good where you are. Yeah.
You just sense one team's about to explode in this game and really try and take it away from the other side. Only 3 points to 0. WA with the ball. Here comes a big blistering run. That's Cope.
Taken down though by Chloe Butler.
Having a blind of this game, Chloe Butler. WA. Bumps out of one tackle. Looking for a quick ball. It's Barclay, who's done well, the scrum half.
Good. Can you watch your feet?
Stacey Avery wanting the ball there. The ball goes out to that right-hand side.
I'm going to play on, okay?
And it's a great run by Renee Coleman. WA team just need to be patient here. As Kope kicks through. That's a great grubber by the lock. It's a 10/forward/kicker. Shit, this woman can do everything.
She can do everything. I saw her convert her own try in the first game today, so very talented player.
Was she a new player on the scene?
I don't know. I've never seen it before. I don't know
So
too
yes.
many. Yeah, I'll go guess. Okay, yes, yes. I don't know too many of the WA girls.
Obviously, very proud club culture in WA. Wanneroo.
A lot of hype
15's
behind Wanneroo this year,
That's an NRC rule.
but there's a lot of excitement
University
behind
of
those.
WA.
Yes.
A solid side. Cottesloe.
Cottesloe, yes, that's another one.
So they go to the front of the line out. This is an opportunity for WA. Balls come out and they flick it out the back. They're moving it wide. Just that last pass again causing issues. And here we go, just on this short side right in front of us in our commentary position. Hart
Holding.
releasing in the tackle.
Little mistakes costing them.
Oh, good.
So a line out now for South Australia.
Because I'm scrum, be like, oh, is the ball out? Okay.
Yeah.
And Trelene Pomare for WA in fly half. She's played well this game. Stands there ready on the off chance they get it, but South Australia come away with the goods. A lot of traffic in the middle of the field. Attempted intercept. But to no avail.
We haven't seen any good intercepts today yet, have we? I've seen a few attempts, but nothing really come through.
And Amy Parrott not happy with that breakdown. Awards the penalty.
Shot. Going for the points again.
So you mentioned it before, Molly, but it'd be interesting for our listeners, just a little update on your injury. Obviously, you were a part of the Wallaroo squad in 2014 and the side that played last year in New Zealand, but picked up a bit of injury at the Brisbane 10s this year.
I did. My attempt to be a winger did not go to plan, unfortunately.
Kope makes that kick and she's successful. So that's Western Australia 6, South Australia yet to score. Molly?
So no injury. Brisbane Global 10s, trying to be a winger. Got tackled, got taken out, my knee blew to pieces, ended up doing my ACL and everything that surrounds the whole thing. And had surgery in March, and I am rehabbing as fast as I can, trying to do a bit of a 5-month turnaround to get back in time for the World Cup this coming August. So we will see. I look to be on track though, and I can't wait to get back out there and play with the girls again. I do miss a bit of footy.
Yeah, I saw your reactions during that Australian Defence Force game, and as you watch your fellow teammates.
Yeah, that was a bit of a tough game for them. I think, Sydney has a reputation of being the best team in the country, and obviously they have won back-to-back premierships. But yeah, it was a bit of a shame to see the girls go down by such a giant score margin. But if anything, the defence team always
if you want
learns
to
something
go to half-time,
in
you
a
got to tap
game
it and
like
kick it out.
that, and they'll come
Otherwise,
out
you can
bigger
just kick it
and
out
better
and
for
play on.
tomorrow.
There's the kick there by WA. And we've got beautiful conditions here at the moment. Wind's picking up as we get hit with a little bit of late afternoon wind here on sunny Gold Coast.
But the sun has come out again. The clouds are gone. The rain is gone.
But if you are watching from overseas, as WA get the ball out wide, this is looking better from WA, and they managed to hold on to it, and that's a great offload as WA look to move the ball. Excellent effort, and they've got an opportunity now. If they can hold on to the ball. And that was Hayley Barclay giving a good pass there. She's been great for WA. This could be a penalty. And such power there. Who was that? South Australian 8. And that was Avel Mitchell. She was dominant in that. Survived the clean out and just held on for grim life as Chloe Butler now as a trundle. But loses the ball. A loose carry by Butler. That's a coach killer. WA. Kope. Gets a couple of metres. Barclay just plays it slow. WA probe. Nice little offload there. And that's Haynes having a run.
That's one thing I'm loving about this tournament is that there are so many offloads from all of the women's teams here. It's good to see.
It's a real trend, actually.
It is.
We've seen the New Zealand sides in Super Rugby really use that to their advantage. So.
All right, and we're going to go to half-time.
We have.
Half-time.
But no, it's good. It's the pace is quickening in all these games.
Nah,
It's good to see.
She's kind of underneath you.
We have half-time here. This match between Western Australia and the South Australian Barbarians. It's Western Australia 6, leading South Australia 0. So a few things to work on for both sides as they head to have some waters. And we'll be back, Molly, in just a moment. We'll have a brief glass of water and bring you all the action from this match between WA and the South Australian Barbarians in the Buildcorp National Women's 15s Championship. Right after this, don't go away. We'll be back with you on Rugby.com.au in just a moment.
saying anything, I could just hear like the button being clicked.
Welcome back to the Buildcorp National Women's 15s Championship. We're working hard here at the tournament to bring you all the games live. As WA make their way back onto the field. WA leading the South Australian Barbarians 6-0 in this game here at Runaway Bay Sports Super Centre. Molly.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Having a great day watching bunch of rugby.
Good cup of tea in the break.
Yeah, great cup of tea, actually. Needed that.
Yeah.
Bit of a pick-me-up for the day.
Hydration is key. What do you need? What do you want to see in the second half?
I want to see possession. I just want to see some solid possession. I think that everyone's still got a bit of the jitters, and I think, you know, the ball is just going from side to side so quickly. So it would be nice to see a team hold on to the ball for more than a couple of phases and actually, you know, score some tries. WA obviously winning because of the penalty conversions, which is good, but I would love to see some tries being scored.
Here comes South Australia, who have gifted that ball to WA.
Thank you.
First scrum of the second half.
An important one for WA if they want to start to establish some dominance in this match.
They did come out firing at the very start of that first half, so hopefully they can step it up again and really put it to the South Australian Barbarians team.
Reset, guys. Up here. Let's go,
And they
guys.
should be able to, because WA have been together a lot longer than what the SA team have been. They've only just come together for the first time this morning. So WA do have that advantage.
Bind. Set. Hold.
So that scrum is in. Ball fed by Barclay, and they go to the right-hand side, and Coach Killer right there.
A little bit messy.
Just had a clear opportunity to attack and just had a look at the defence.
Yep, left
That
side,
was Caitlin Edwards.
What's the boring and the loose head?
Yeah, no worries. I still need you to bind underneath because you're causing a bit of instability trying to change it.
So South Australia with an opportunity to clear their lines.
Loose head has to come underneath. Tight. No, that's just how you meant to run. Crouch. Bind.
Both packs ready.
Set.
Amy Parrott though.
So both packs not ready.
Yeah, apparently not.
Okay. Sorry. My bad.
From this distance, they look ready.
They did. They really did.
Amy Parrott obviously with a
not
better
loud
view of the
enough, I
game
guess.
we've got up here.
Maybe a little bit of a better understanding of the game too.
Quite possibly.
Crouch.
Hate to
Bind.
alarm you, Molly, but continuing our theme of the weather
Set.
today, there are some dark clouds brewing off the screen. Maybe some
side first.
rain coming in later on this afternoon.
Stay here.
Probably the most bipolar weather I have ever seen.
Yes. Well, I was up here last week on the Gold Coast for the Oceania Rugby 20s, and did not have a drop of rain all week.
But of course, when the women want to come out and play their national tournament, the weather is just going to go a bit nuts for us.
We're going to have a bit of everything today. Sun, rain, unfortunately no
Crouch.
hail.
Thank
Had
God.
plenty of wind.
There is. It's a bit windy at the moment, but that's all right. There's been no line-outs in this
Fine.
second half just yet, so the hookers don't have to battle
Set.
the winds, but they're just battling each other now in another scrum.
There we go, and that's well fed into the scrum. And South Australia are rewarded with the penalty from that.
Take a quick tap. Try for a grubber, and that doesn't quite work out for them. The ball's been turned over again.
This is
Back
very slow ball, but it's good for WA. Bounces off the... Oh, big hit by South Australian number 8. Avril Mitchell. She's done very well there. Here comes Haynes. WA having a crack. WA just looking a bit fragmented in attack at the moment, but here's some space opening up. Try opportunity if they hold on to it, and this is a fantastic run. And it's going to be a try. Fantastic try there by Misha King.
Wheels. Absolute wheels on the girl.
From what looked like a difficult opportunity to attack, WA have opened it up and finally brought a try into this match, Molly.
She did, and she got right out onto the outside and outran the fullback from South Australia, Emily Bass, by a mile.
Bassey just caught out of position there.
It's good to see. Tries are being scored now. Hopefully they can get some momentum now and get a couple more points on the board after this. But it's good to see that the forward is going for the conversion again.
Yeah, Tui Kopi.
Wish I was a multi-talented forward like that, but unfortunately I do not have any kicking ability whatsoever. It'd probably roll across the ground if it was me.
Here we go.
Going against the wind this time.
So looking to add the extras. And that is bounced off the post, but in through. So that's WA 13. Leading South Australia 0. So South Australia with the restart. That's well taken by Barclay.
Vesania with the ball, powerful runner this one. Debuted last year for the Wallaroos. Very strong runner.
Very well, great run by Darryl Whitcliffe.
Good contest there in the ruck. I didn't know what way it was going to go then. South Australia with the ball this time. Big run up the middle.
Louis Butler takes 2 to bring it down. Oh, and that's a bit inconsistent at that breakdown, but South Australia hold on to it. Going to make a game out of this. Great run there by Phoebe Thomas. Ooh, and that's a huge hit. South Australia can keep the ball alive. Avoid the breakdown as much as possible.
A little bit flat-footed there, though.
Yeah, not too many runners.
Everyone's standing still, waiting for someone else to do something, apparently.
Chloe Butler can't bend down that quickly. They'll have a full-on penalty for a high shot.
All right, gives them another chance. Hopefully they can get their feet moving a little bit more. Here we go. They're getting ready. Taking the ball straight up the middle. Making some good meters. Chloe Butler with the ball again.
Christy Gamel has been following the play brilliantly. It's done well for South Australia.
Ball looks to be turned over again, back into the hands of WA this time.
WA. That ball to the right. They get out of one tackle. And that may have gone forward.
Looked a little bit forward to me.
Referee Parrott happy with it. There's a lot of players in traffic there. Ball's come loose. And that's a knock on.
Some good words of encouragement there coming from the South Australian girls. Pumping their team up. There's a lot going on then in a short amount of time.
Red? I'm not sure of the number.
So we have substitution. And Katie Brock will make her way from the field.
Here we go. Come to SK. Crouch. Bind. Set.
South Australia with the feed. That scrum's been demolished. Ball's good for South Australia. Nice little flick around the back pass, and that's great defence from WA.
Some good meters there from SA.
Stacey Avery throwing herself into contact.
Lost the ball again.
Amy Parrott just calmly places the arm up.
Yep. Yep.
Get a few extra meters out of that one.
Someone get back.
South Australia just fixing up their numbers in the line out. It could have been pinched. WA come away with it. Barclay. Here's Cope getting some meters in the middle of the field. She throws the pass, but it's gone to ground. She should have gone for the line.
Should have held onto that ball, I reckon. She could have taken them.
She just so big.
Needs to have more confidence, I think, in her own ability to take that ball into contact. That would have been perfect, I think. And then that way, her support players could have come up and they could have hopefully have done something. But she went for the pass. Now we're back to a scrum.
Backwards.
That ball's gone backwards. South Australia asking some questions now of WA.
Making some good meters.
Sloppy ball. It's come out for WA. And that's Cope who's got onto it. Well, that ball's gone well over the top and has to be rescued up the back by Vesina Scarf. Here goes Cope. Takes three to bring him down, including Chloe Butler. WA looking dangerous. Ball goes over the top. can't be held on to by fullback. Asher King, the try scorer. Some substitutions are going to be made for WA.
Same thing happened again. Probably should have just held on to the ball, I think. I think everyone's too focused on just trying to keep shifting that ball around when sometimes you just have to hold on to it and just put your head down and go forward and take the contact.
All right, are we all good? Alrighty. Yeah, both sides are acting up. So I'm going to watch this side and I'll have my eye on this side.
Right in front of our broadcast position. South Australia with the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
The ball's good for South Australia, and that's a blistering run. WA may have spoiled this with some quick thinking at the breakdown. Oh, and that's cynical play. WA take it quickly. Barbarians mostly offside. Parrott's happy for it to go. This ball's thrown on the inside. This is excellent work by WA. Can they capitalise on this possession? Again, pinched by South Australia. It's tit for tat at the moment. Both sides look to get out of trouble. Here we go. Got a knock-on call from the assistant referee.
So let's still come here? Okay. Right. Just need you to stay straight, okay?
Get some rain just about to hit us on this field, Molly.
I think it's about to hit us again. I can feel it.
Crouch.
We can feel it. The girls can definitely.
That wind has picked up
Bind.
again. In fact, I might even brace myself.
Put your rain jacket on. It's not a rain jacket. That's just a colourful vest, Pat.
So WA holding on to possession.
Advantage. Off feet. Yep.
Vesania with the ball. Massive run down the centre. Such a powerful player. Hopefully WA can hold on to the ball this time and score some tries. Messy ball there again, picked up by WA, taken into contact. Penalty to WA.
Coming up again. Number of penalties in this area. At 12 Vegas.
Amy Perrott, the ref, having a bit of a quick chat to Chloe Butler. Probably telling her team to be a little bit more disciplined around the breakdown. We may be seeing some more yellow cards soon, I think.
Well, it's an opportunity now for WA, Chloe. And they attack that line with vigour. That was a huge run. We'll get the number in a second. The ball goes out the back. Can WA hold on to it? This is an opportunity. No! And the groan from the crowd here around us tells the story.
It's been happening all day. all day. The ball just keeps going from one side to the other. But I guess that's rugby, right?
First aid nerves. Chloe Butler with the ball. It's met well in the contact. Here we go. Oh, and here we go. One of your intercepts. No.
No.
It was Trelene Pomare ended up picking up that ball, but looks like it was a stray hand in that before.
Okay.
I'm coming to some. Seconds in. Yeah.
Crouch.
So a scrum
Bind.
directly in front of the posts,
Set.
about 8 metres out from South Australia's line. WA scrum puts the pressure on. And Amy Perrott rewards the dominant pack.
No, I expected that. Sorry.
And WA get a try here. Not long till the end of this match, less than a minute to go in regular play. And reach out for the corner, they're just short at the moment. South Australia defending valiantly.
No
And
try.
we've got a penalty to South Australia.
You took an extra effort to get over the
Not
line.
sure
It
what that
wasn't-
was. We'll just
Oh,
look
it's
for
not movement in the text.
referee Perrott.
I got 5 seconds, so if you want to kick it out, you can.
And that's the game.
No.
Oh, okay.
She speaks to the South Australian side. So,
Just over.
an opportunity.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure how
Down. Down, down,
South
down.
Australia are bearing this pressure, Molly.
You know what? Hopefully they can get out of the 22. They look to be. It looks like they're about to just try and fight their way down the middle of the field to try and get out of there. I don't think there'll be any kicks out, so they're going to muscle their way out of there. So hopefully they can hold on to the ball this time and get closer to their try line. They're met with some big defence from the WA girls, and the ball has been turned over.
The WA will get the win in this match, but haven't performed as well as they probably would have liked.
No hands, Red.
As the ball's still good for the women in blue. That's a great run there by Pomare. WA keeping the ball in hand. Go out wide, and here's Copain. She throws the pass. An open line if she can score at the winger. No! Great cover defence.
But you still hit it high, so it's going to be a penalty, right?
Great defence. That was brilliant. I thought that was going in then.
Yeah, that makes it a penalty and not
Referee
anything
Perrott,
more.
is she going to call full
Okay?
time?
Yeah, it's just accident. So it's going to be a penalty. So if you guys back to 5
I'm just
minutes,
going to have a look at this. That's a penalty. High shot. There we go. Full-on penalty for the high shot. WA with another crack. And there's the try.
Easy try for WA.
That was Deborah Picard. So Western Australia 18, South Australia 0. So we just look at the replay on Rugby.com.au and you see that power on the legs. Chloe Butler could not do anything to prevent the force there. Deborah Picard. So WA with the opportunity to add the extras and help out the points differential. Make it 20 points to 0. So if this conversion goes over,
She
we'll
can,
make
she
it
can, get
20
back.
points to 0.
Tui Kope taking one for the forwards. Slots it straight over.
Like the machine. So that's full time here in this match between Western Australia and South Australia. The Buildcorp National Women's 15s Championship. WA 20 defeating the South Australian Barbarian 0. Coming up next, we have a big clash between Queensland and New South Wales country, by the looks of things. But stay tuned here with us on Rugby.com.au. We'll bring you all the action live, and it'll be myself and Scott Young going through that match for you. So we'll take a break, come back and continue the action here from day one of the National Women's 15s Championship.
There's a few issues with those scrums, though, so I'd be happy to hear what your thoughts are. Was it up still up here? Yeah, just like whatever side I was on, like either side would step up, so I just good to hear what your thoughts are going for. It's just because that was
Welcome back to the Buildcorp National Women's 15s Championship for our live call on Rugby.com.au of all the matches. And this clash between the New South Wales Country Corellas and the ACT. A bit of a derby here. I'm joined by the Australian head of referees and former international referee, Scott Young. And Youngie, what a pleasure it is to see you back in the commentary box, my friend.
It's been a few years, Patrick, but it's nice to be back as we see the kick-off with New South Wales Country, who went down to Queensland earlier today.
It certainly played with a lot of spirit as the ACT start their probing. Sarah Carter in scrum half has been excellent today. The ACT have wrestled to the ground out wide. And that ball, has it been stolen? No, referee's not happy with that.
Yeah, first penalty of the game by New Zealand referee Brittany Andrew, who's over here on exchange, part of our exchange program with the New Zealand Rugby Union.
And a couple of our players have gone over to do ITM Cup games. Oh, sorry, players, referees, I should say.
Yeah, a good exchange that we've got going there, Patrick, to improve the standard and quality of officiating in Australia. Of course, our leading official, Amy Perrott, has done some games over there. There's a line out here to ACT.
As Louise Burrows looks to throw this ball in. Wallaroos looking, she finds, oop,
Just hold on, I'm still sitting the get. That's
peaked
all
too
right.
early.
Cool, I want you to sit the get. Okay?
Fairly windy conditions here, so not
What was the
easy,
call there, Young?
not straight, but fairly windy conditions here today, Patrick. And you've got to give a bit of leeway here for the hookers for throwing the ball in. That's a better throw.
Michelle Millwall taking that off the top. And here comes the ACT. That's a blistering run. That right-hand side.
And number 12 for ACT.
And that's Cecilia Smith.
Yeah, nice straight run there. Another
Steven,
penalty
roll out
here
of
to ACT. That's within kicking distance. I'm sure they'll run it. So the quick tap taken by ACT. Nice progressive forward movement here.
Here come the ACT. This is a great run. A try-scoring opportunity, but they've spilled the ball. And you probably just needed to pin your ears back there and have a run.
Great run by number 3 from ACT.
Violetta Tuapalo. And we'll set up for the scrum on the 5-metre line, but Youngie, ACT will be disappointed they didn't come away with points there.
All she needs to do is a short pass onto the wing, but unfortunately not a great pass, and knock on and scrum to New South Wales country right on their own 5-metre line.
We just needed to pin them back and have a crack at the line.
But it was a nice straight run by her. It was good to see. And we've seen some fantastic skills in this competition so far. I think overall the quality of the football has been better than last year.
Absolutely. And it looks like it's been a continuing trend of improvement each year. So good to see the standards continuing to lift as the ACT have a line out well within the Corella's defensive zone.
And being a Women's World Cup year, it's crucial that we see the skills of these players in this national competition, as it's a line-out win to ACT.
Louise Burrows with the ball at the back. She's burrowing over for the line, but just short. Trying to do a long place, eventually gets the ball back.
Roll, girls!
To Apollo, going for the line again.
Twice she's been involved in a couple of good moves by ACT. Nice
Sarah
pass.
Carter throws the ball on the inside to Michelle Millwall, and that's a try. Fantastic try and effort there by the ACT. And they establish a 5-0 lead over the New South Wales countryside.
So it was good work by the tight 5 there from ACT, because it was a New South Wales ball into the scrum, regained at the line out by ACT. And nice burrowing work there to score the first try of the match after 3 minutes.
It's on the 15.
So Sarah Carter now with the attempt to add the extras. As we look at the replay, and excellent work off the line out there. Louise Burrows doing very well to keep that ball at the back of the maul. Very much a Brumbies tactic, that one, and she muscled away just to get that ball back. And patience there by the ACT. Saw them finally able to score through Michelle Millwall. So an excellent effort there by the women from the nation's capital.
Certainly, yeah.
Come back for the kick for Carter. You cannot get that more over the black dot if you tried.
Nice kick by Sarah Carter, so it makes it 7-0.
ACT 7, New South Wales Country Corellas.
So ACT dominant in the early stages of this game. And most of the work being done by their forwards.
Corellas restart through Katrina Barker.
Yeah, out on the full, unfortunately, for New South Wales Country. So we'll come back to the halfway with for a scrum. Another opportunity for ACT to get into the attacking zone. Almost Melbourne type weather here today, Patrick. It's sort of gusty and then it gets cool, and we had a bit of rain earlier. So
Talked about the weather. It's one of my favourite things to
Crouch!
talk about, to be fair. But we've had an interesting day of conditions: warm sun, overcast, sideways rain.
quite unlike the Gold Coast, but it's a nice scrum to the ACT, picked up by the number 8 at the back of the scrum onto Sarah Carter.
This is great work by the ACT. If they can hold on to it, ball spilled. Just that last pass not going to hand of Michelle Perry. But good intentions there by the ACT. They're obviously
Line out.
throttle up.
I was expecting this to be a fairly tight battle. New South Wales Country really gave Queensland a run for their money earlier this morning. They're a pretty solid team and were so last year as well. It's always a tight tussle when you play New South Wales Country, as we see them in their own 22 running the ball out there. That's number 12.
For Sala Farasima. And yeah, a lot of pride in that Corella's jersey, a lot of history. This New South Wales Country. It's a high tackle. They look to play the ball out of their own half.
Yeah, the penalty for the high tackle. Need to keep them down. That's a relieving penalty because ACT putting a lot of pressure on New South Wales Country in their own 22.
So attacking line out. New South Wales Country.
The breeze seems to be coming across the field here. That's a great win
Well
by...
stolen by Michelle Millwall.
Yeah,
That's
she's
excellent work.
a good player.
She's done well today. It's Carter. Gets it out.
There's another high tackle, the referee playing advantage.
Yasmin Meeks just copping a little bit of love there.
Okay, she's not happy with that. Looks like into the bin for number 12 from New South Wales Country.
Fawasula Fawasima to the sin bin.
So 5 minutes in the bin for these pool games today.
Carter looks to make that far right-hand touchline and gets it just inside the 22. ACT 7, New South Wales Country Eagles 0. And here come the ACT. Carter gets the ball into the middle of the field, and that's Michelle Millwall. We're playing advantage. And here come the ACT on the right-hand side. They're moving that ball well. 10 metres out from the New South Wales Country Eagles line at the moment. Always Burrows dives in to secure the ball. Carter looks to get it out. She finds Anna Kuravata. Carter again. Finds Michelle Millwall, has to pick it up off the deck. This is better. By Meeks. We've got a knock on.
So ACT not really making the most of their opportunities just at the minute. Just a couple of unforced errors there. Lost the ball twice now when they were held on attack.
It's certainly something both sides want to work on heading into the final day.
But that said, there are difficult conditions here today for the teams with this blustering breeze.
Get on it, please.
Certainly favouring ACT in this half, although it is going across the field.
That wind is, as the afternoon's gone on, is certainly picking up. So
Crouch!
for our viewers at home, it's
Points!
wind's going from the right to the left of screen,
Sit!
making it difficult for kickers kicking into that breeze.
A dominant scrum here again by ACT. New South Wales Country holding their own though.
Here we go, the Gorillas.
Nice straight run there by Kate Gilbert.
Oh, well met in the tackle there by Courtney Livermore. Country Eagles. Sorry, New South Wales Country. Looking to get it out.
Good run by 15. Melanie Howard made a good 10 metres. Another penalty to New South Wales Country. So that'll be a relieving penalty there. Hands in the ruck.
Yeah, just a bit of frustration there for the ACT. Probably thought they'd be up by more at this point. You can see that wind playing havoc with the kick.
So Country haven't got into ACT's half as yet. They've been dominated by the tight five from ACT, and a couple of opportunities ACT have had, but ball has gone to ground.
And that's been well stolen.
So it's a second line out win against the throw to ACT. Their jumpers getting up quite nicely. Here's an opportunity out wide for ACT, number 12.
And Cecilia Smith.
Referee playing advantage.
Great run there by Kate Brown.
No advantage, so the referee comes back for the penalty. So this dominance by ACT continues. Can they convert into more points? Sarah Carter taking the kick for touch.
Not her best today, that's for sure. She's gained about 6 metres there.
See what ACT can do at this line out. They've been dominant in this area of the game already.
Burrows stands ready for the throw.
Well, it's a win against the Australia New South Wales country, so that domination not there this time. But ACT putting pressure on New South Wales country, their own 22, even though New South Wales country has the ball.
Katrina Barker did well to gather that. His kick from the fullback, Melanie Howard.
And you can see when Melanie kicked that ball with the force of the breeze that she only gained about 5 metres. That's how strong this breeze is here today at Runaway Bay.
So the ACT with an attacking line out Youngie, and
yeah, so it looks like they're going to go to 2 here again. Early jump there by New South Wales country, so they'll need to be careful now. Yep, going to number 2 on the line, it's number 5.
so the maul now. Been used so well already today by the ACT.
Scored their first try from the rolling maul, and here they go again, pushing forward. It's a nice drive by ACT. And has that been pulled down?
Ball's out for the backs. And here goes Meeks. She gets a couple of metres, and Carter's under pressure.
Yeah, good work by 5. And the referee believes that that player was offside, yet inside side entry by number 5 from New South Wales country. That was Jemima Henry. So ACT going to take the points here, Patrick?
Yeah, interesting. Showing a lot of respect there for the Eagles. Sorry, New South Wales country's defence. It keeps slipping into NRC
Yeah,
mode.
you do. Referee having a chat with the captain. They've already got 1 player in the bin, so they've got to be careful down in this zone. And the dominance by ACT in this 22 is having an impact with New South Wales country. But they're scragging very well, and they're staying in the game. It's just very hard for them to get out of their own 22.
So Carter, you'd think she'd swallow this one up. Look to make it a 10-0 advantage for the ACT.
No worries there, straight over.
Clinical. So the ACT 10, with New South Wales country 0, and Youngie, maybe that's just a bit of a momentum break to open up this game, or can country show some wares and come back?
I think it was a nice sign of respect by ACT there that they didn't go for the line out and the driving maul again, because they went very close to scoring there. But New South Wales country have to be fairly careful in their own 22 that they don't infringe too much more. As we see the kick-off again, back to ACT. We have a high tackle there.
And it's Carter making a couple extra metres. And that's
a big
Anna
number 1 from
Kuravata.
ACT. She's been pretty strong in both games so far.
There's Burrows. Just getting a couple extra metres. The ACT now flinging out wide, and here they go, the women from the nation's capital. The Eagles' defence up to the task, though. As Meeks. Good offload there.
He's got a great offload there. Some great skills here by ACT. Looking strong. Right.
We'll have a look at some of that ball handling in just a moment.
Number 12 for ACT having a fantastic game.
Cecilia Smith. Yeah,
So-
she's made metres and twice now made 2 important line breaks to give her team an attacking opportunity. We're nearing half-time in this game.
So Sarah Carter with a kick out wide. So far has converted both tries. Or should I say converted the first try and a penalty.
Oh, no.
That one not so healthy.
Wouldn't have cleared the bar, that one, but a difficult kick.
So 15-0, and that's representative of the dominance by ACT in this game so far. New South Wales country hasn't got into the ACT half on one occasion, with the exception of kickoffs, and that, of course, they've got the breeze favouring them.
So the Country Eagles to restart through Katrina Barker. That's a good kick there by Barker. Route. ACT, and they skirt the balls very slow.
Yeah, good spoiling there by New
Good
South Wales
counter-ruck.
Country. Great counter-ruck there. And they've got also an advantage here, so
Barker marshalling her troops. Can New South Wales Country score a try just before half-time? Not long to go now, less than 2 minutes of regular play.
referee still playing advantage. That's number 4 for
Martha Webber.
Martha Webber. Nice run. It was a good run before by the fullback as well from New South Wales Country, Melanie Howard, who ran it back into her forwards to set up that play.
Sorry.
And a good attacking opportunity now in New South Wales Country.
So it's actually a line-out throw to ACT, so
Fair share.
they've been relieved.
I'm predicting them to win this line-out. That's how confident I am.
Yeah, line-out has been their strong point, out to the back. It's nicely won by ACT. They've got players out this side of the field. Turnover, but illegal according to the referee. So penalty to ACT, just outside their own 22. So who are the players that have impressed you today, Patrick, in the games to date?
I think Katrina Barker, New South Wales Country, has certainly, I think, really showed her abilities today. She's marshalled traffic well, and been excellent in attack. Louise Burrows, I think, has done well. To look at the ACT side, and then if you look at Queensland earlier, I mean, their backs certainly showed a lot of wares. Shai Campbell, who's transitioned from centre to the front row. She's proving she's got some amazing scrummaging ability. So I think there's a lot of selection headaches no doubt emerging for Wallaroos head coach Paul Varell and
Which
his
is what we
assistant
want to
Scott
see.
Alley.
You want as much competition for all positions available as we see in New South Wales.
Rachel Crothers.
Recovering a nice kick from ACT, which has put them back down in the attacking zone, but it is New South Wales Country ball.
That's Barker. The pass not taken cleanly. Come for half-time. So it's the ACT 15, New South Wales Country yet to score at the Buildcorp National Women's 15s Championship. Youngie, just very quickly, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, total domination by ACT. I've mentioned a couple of times their tight 5 doing a lot of work. Some very good straight running out in the backs by number 12, Cecilia Smith, who I think is making a great impact down on the left flank. So yeah, ACT really well and truly on top here, and unless there's a big turnaround, I can't see New South Wales Country coming back into this game. But that said, they do have the breeze in the second half.
Well, we'll come back for that second half action in just a moment as we take a break here on Rugby.com.au and come back in just a moment for all the action of the Buildcorp National Women's 15s Championship in just a moment. Super Rugby and Test referee. And restarting this match between the ACT and New South Wales Country. New South Wales Country just looking to get out of their own half.
Yeah, so can New South Wales Country make the most of this strong breeze?
Early knock on.
Turnover there, the maul collapse, so scrum to ACT. Good opportunity for them early in this second half to continue with that dominance that they had in the forwards in the first half. Good strong platform that they created for their backs, who ran straight and scored 2 very good tries, or created the tries. So scrum to ACT. Referee not happy with the engagement, so they'll reset. So just outside the New South Wales Country 22. ACT set up both sides.
Reset.
So opportunities to attack either way.
Crouch! You got it, Brett.
So the Country Eagles in a defensive scrum formation.
Sit! Hold!
Sarah Carter to feed this scrum.
Stay off there, 9.
Going to attack on the left-hand side. It's a nice cut-out pass there by the number 10.
That was Meeks.
Yasmin Meeks, but straight into touch. So opportunity gone there for ACT.
Country Eagles must be frustrated. They're constantly playing the game inside their own 22.
Yeah, it makes it very hard, doesn't it, to get any sort of momentum when you spend most of the time in your 22, and they've tackled their hearts out though. And their line out has had some difficulties. That one they've won at the back though. Here's an opportunity for New South Wales Country out wide. Nice.
Put the commentator's curse on them.
Nice cut-out pass, but unfortunately not into the breadbasket. So advantage here to ACT. Back again into the New South Wales Country 22. So ACT with a real opportunity here to push home and score more points. It's a nice run there by Irina MacArthur, the number 8.
Carter throws it to Newell, to Meeks. That was like a high contact.
Yep, here's
the
an
ball's
opportunity.
good for the ACT. Here we go. Out wide through.
Number 12 again. We've
Cecilia
caught
Smith.
Cecilia Smith. We've called her name a few times this afternoon at this in this match. Good straight runner, Cecilia Smith.
Michelle Millwald. Long place. ACT looking good out wide if they can move the ball. That was Meeks who was chopped down in the tackle.
ACT right on top of them again. Here's a huge opportunity again for them. Here we go, number 8 again. Irene MacArthur. She's cut short. She gets back to her feet.
Just moving side to side at the moment, really getting enough go forward momentum.
Millie Boyle there with a fairly strong run.
Carter to Burrows. Burrows throws the inside ball.
So ACT building the phases here. Can New South Wales hold them out? So referee was playing advantage. New South Wales Country offside. Referee stopping play, and looks like she's putting another New South Wales Country player in the bin.
That's Katrina Barker.
So that sustained pressure again by ACT is reaping rewards. Second New South Wales Country player to go to the bin.
So an opportunity now for the ACT.
So this time they've gone for the line out again. And of course, their first try, they scored from the rolling morph from a 5-metre line out.
Louise Burrows, the veteran, just wanders over to get the appropriate line out call.
No, it's a poor throw, unfortunately, by Louise Burrows. So New South Wales Country win that line out, so that's their second win against the throw. But they're held up. This is good work by ACT. Is this ball going to come out? No, so turnover ball again. So ACT get the pressure back on again after a not so good line out throw there, Patrick.
Yeah, and frustration, I guess, for the ACT.
Yeah, cool.
Just unable to get that final pass working to their benefit. They've been in this half now for a while without able to advance the scoreboard. Score still 15-0 in favour of the winners of the nation's capital.
Yeah, 6 minutes they've been in the New South Wales Country half. Let's see this scrum feed by Sarah Carter. Again, the referee not happy with the stability of the scrum. So ACT is set very wide here.
Bit more of a gap. You got it, Britt, you got it. Head up. Crouch! Bind! Sit! Hold it.
More stable scrum this time as Carter feeds the scrum for ACT. It's good solid ball again for ACT.
ACT throw the ball on the inside. Here's
Perry
Carter.
there. Nice run from Michelle Perry, the number 14, who'd come across from her side to create that attacking opportunity.
Michelle Millward with just a couple extra metres. Burrows throws it out the back. Here we go. Oh, that final pass to Cecilia Smith just not sticking.
So right idea by Yasmin Meeks, but Cecilia Smith not able to regather that ball and was knocked on his touch. So New South Wales Country will get the scrum feed on their 5-metre line.
Blue 4 and 11. Oh, 7 and
So
11.
that sustained pressure by ACT in this half, not resulting in points at this stage. But you'd start to think if they continue with this pressure that points will start to mount fairly shortly. Well, amidst this second half, New South Wales Country scrum has been slightly better, Patrick, than the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. We've talked about that across the day, how the scrum so crucial in this championship to set up attacking plays, and you need a good pack if you're going to win this tournament, because it's back-to-back-to-back action.
We saw Sydney in both of their games. Very solid scrum, excellent forwards, great balls for their backs, and they've dominated this championship so far with attacking rugby. Heaps of tries. They're looking very strong at the moment, Sydney. But ACT also very strong in the forwards. We got a nice stable scrum this time. ACT putting a bit of pressure on, but they're not moving anywhere there.
Here comes New South Wales Country looking to run it out. And they're under a bit of pressure, the Corellas.
So again, stuck in their own 22 in this second half. As we see number 13, Kate Gilbert, who passed that ball. Number 15 comes in at a halfback. Attempted kick there, but they're offside, so penalty to New South Wales Country. Because New South Wales Country have a player in the bin. So that's a pretty good result from them, because they have all the pressure in their own 22. Then they're outside their 22.
They've really absorbed it, haven't they, Youngie? Their
and
defence has been tested, but they've answered the questions.
They've tackled their hearts out, and that scrum has improved in the second half. ACT tried to get the shove on there and couldn't do it. Good, solid scrum there for New South Wales Country. Unfortunately, another win against the throw for ACT. So ACT back on attack again. Sarah Carter passes. It's Carter again.
Now Cecilia Smith taking that ball into contact.
ACT on attack again. It's Carter. Penalty to ACT offside. So more sustained pressure from ACT. Courtney Livermore to take the kick for touch. That takes it right into the New South Wales Country 22 again, Patrick. So I don't think that this
3 and 19 goals.
pressure can last much longer without points by ACT. They have played the entire second half in the New South Wales Country half, making it very difficult for New South Wales Country to get any momentum in this game.
And the pressure certainly looks it's about to, burst. As Louise Burrows goes to throw the ball in for the ACT. Cockatoos both go up too early.
Now here's a good opportunity for ACT.
It's Meeks. Well met in the tackle.
Courtney Livermore there, a nice straight run by her. It's a replacement player, number 24. I'm not sure who that player is. Salisi.
Louise Burrows gives the offload, and the ball goes back to the right-hand side. Michelle Millwald is getting a couple extra metres.
Dominance again by ACT. Well into the 22 now. Surely points are coming here, Patrick.
You'd think so. The ACT just need to be patient here. Maybe keep the ball on the forwards.
Another penalty, so that's 2 penalties in a row. New South Wales Country going to have to watch it. They've already had 2 players put in the bin.
Do you take the 3 here, Youngie? And
No,
take
you've got
out
to
18?
sustain the pressure.
Going for the shot, Shelley. Shot.
No, look,
Shot
yeah,
call.
they're going for the points.
Well, they listen to me.
Well, again, a sign of respect by ACT to New South Wales Country. There's no way through there. Defence has been good by New South Wales Country.
And at least the ACT get a reward for their sustained pressure, albeit not the try they were after, but
It's all right.
come away with some points and
Kick it.
move it well beyond.
So 12 minutes gone in the second half. No points, despite New South Wales Country having a player in the sin bin, and dominance in possession and territory by ACT. As Cecilia Smith lines up to kick this penalty for ACT. 7 minutes to go in this match. Of course, ACT winning their earlier game today. New South Wales Country went down to Queensland. There's the final match coming up at 4 o'clock between Queensland.
And that's gone through. So that's 18 points to the ACT. So it'll be Queensland and Victoria.
Queensland Victoria, the final match of the day here at the Buildcorp Women's Nationals. Of course, the Wallaroo squad will be picked from these championships. Big year for women's rugby. Rugby World Cup over in Dublin.
So Barker's re-entered the field of play. Big kick. It's been sent back with a bit of interest.
Relieving kick there by Michelle Perry, a good one too. She's had a fairly good game as well, Michelle Perry. So line throw to New South Wales Country. 18-0. dominance by ACT in all facets of the game today.
Mate, just open up the gap. Yeah, step out.
And a credit to New
18,
South Wales
goals,
country
18
for
goals, step out.
the amount of
18,
tackling that
step
they've
out.
done
Thank you.
in this match to hold ACT out on a number of occasions. Good line-out win there to New South Wales country.
Starting to build their way into this game. New South Wales country side. Their defence has been exceptional in the last 15 minutes. Just need the attack to match it.
Certainly do, Patrick.
What's been your take on the refereeing thus far in this tournament?
Oh, it's
Youngie?
been outstanding. No, look, it's been a very good stand. Obviously, we're in a rebuilding phase in refereeing. We do have the #1 female official in the world, Amy Perrott, who's done 2 games here today. She heads back to Sydney tonight and then refereeing tomorrow in the Shoot Shield, Penrith versus Parramatta. Of course, the only
Battle of
female,
the West.
yeah, the only female who has been involved in Super Rugby. Amy refereed the last final of the Women's World Cup 4 years ago, so a top official, and she heads across to Ireland with another Australian, Graham Cooper, who's also been selected to
great
referee
Western
the women's.
Australian,
Keep the gap on the bind.
You know,
And of course, we have another fine official here from Western Australia, Tyler Miller, who works at the Western Force as a development officer, and Tyler is starting to make inroads in World Rugby refereeing ranks from a female perspective. So, scrum to New South Wales, right on the halfway line.
lost forward, Youngie, so good pressure there by the ACT. So a scrum in the middle of the field.
The breeze has died down now, so not favouring New South Wales country like it was favouring ACT in the first half. Scrum again to ACT. Just in the New South Wales country half.
Stay there, half.
Here we go, the ACT. Oh, great tackle in defence, but the ACT still on the attack. Just need to shift that ball out to the left, find some space. And they do so. Michelle Millwall for the line, just short. They keep the ball alive.
Numbers here for ACT out wide. All they're going to do is spin it, and they should score. It's good work by ACT.
And they go through the breakdown, just centimetres away from the line now. Cecilia Smith in the tackle.
Numbers here for ACT.
Go. Try. The ACT sustained pressure.
Yeah, nice work there by Yasmin Meeks. Beautiful pass out to Michelle Perry, who scored on the right side of the field, and there's that dominance again, and their third try today for ACT. As you see the replay here.
Yeah, just that excellent cutout pass. Drew in the defender and then just putting it down in the corner. Ooh. Good covering tackle, eh?
Yeah, but good try. As I said, great pass by Yasmin Meeks, who's had a very, very good game today. And Michelle Perry finishing off nicely there for ACT. 23 points to 0. With just a couple of minutes to go here at Runaway Bay. Buildcorp National Women's Competition.
Yeah, and we'll be live streaming all the matches from the championship.
So this is Ashley Cara to take this kick for the ACT out wide.
Forwards curving, but just didn't do enough.
Didn't quite have the legs there. 23-0. 20 seconds remaining in this match, and Patrick, ACT completely dominating this game. New South Wales Country have hung in there with some fantastic defence, and credit to them. But the amount of ball and the territory that ACT have had, as we see the kick-off again. Michelle Perry regaining that ball for ACT. Penalty to ACT, offside by New South Wales Country. So this should be the last play of the game. You see a bustling run there by Kate Brown for ACT. And ACT score one more time before this game is over. Yasmin Weeks again. Michelle Perry, nice kick ahead.
Just gets the bounce. Oh. Trisha Brown there.
Right, nice regather there by Rachel Crothers for New South Wales Country. So New South Wales Country on the attack now. But regathered by ACT, so one last opportunity for ACT to score. Michelle Perry again.
She's going to go the grubber.
Oh, nice inside ball there, but regathered by New South Wales Country again. So ACT have had a couple of opportunities in these last minutes to score. There's another penalty to New South Wales Country. New South Wales Country taking the option of kicking to the lineup, because under the new laws this year, despite that we're into extra time, teams have the option of tapping in and kicking into touch, or taking that line out for the and continuing the play. A good variation for World Rugby in my view, Patrick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go. Numbers.
Gives the teams that
Too
extra
many.
option to continue
Yeah.
their attack.
And it makes sense, of course, that you get rewarded with the penalty that you continue to play, particularly if you can win the game and their points still on offer.
So the Country Eagles going to run it out of their own half. ACT leading 23-0. It's stolen.
ACT on the attack once more. Can they score this final try? And there's a knock on. And that should be full time. Sure is. So there we have it. ACT 23, New South Wales Country 0. 3 tries to 0, 1 conversion, and of course the 1 penalty goal to the ACT Brumbies. So total domination there. And New South Wales Country at times showed some courage, but due to that domination, we're never really in the game, Patrick.
Yeah, absolutely, Youngie, and the ACT have kept marching up the ladder. That's their second win of the day, and certainly showed a lot more sustained pressure in that game compared to their first match of the day. So I'm sure the women from Canberra will be happy with that performance as they head to the pool for a bit of recovery. Get ready for day 2, but we'll be back here on Rugby.com.au for the next and final match of today's play of the Buildcorp National Women's 15s Championship. And that'll be Queensland taking on Victoria. So please do stick around and join us. We're going to bring you the final action from day 1. Back here with Queensland, who start with a blistering run. This is Liz Partu. She's going to go all the way off the kickoff. No! And she's lost the ball. Alnita Shorga dives over to get it. Well, that was a sensational start by Queensland. Victoria rush up in defence. But that is just easy as you like. Try time to Zara Tamara.
That is how you start a game, Pat.
How good. Queensland.
Good old Queensland. Reliable to showcase a good game of rugby.
So Queensland launching out to a 5-0 lead, and a great run there by Partu that really set that up. Well,
Great run. Good example for the rest of the girls on her team of how to do a solid run. She's probably a bit tired now, though. It's all right. I'm sure she can back it up. She's a good player.
And she's nailed it. So that's Queensland 7, Victoria 0.
Let's see if they can do it again, hey? What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's a disappointing start by Victoria. They'll be looking to make amends for that now. Queensland have certainly shot out of the blocks. And a kick over the top, and that is a great kick. And that was Vanelia Hake.
Halfway, Red, halfway on the line.
She's really done a great tactical kick there, just on over the halfway line. Melbourne under pressure off the line out, and it's been regathered. It's another great run by Partu. Victoria may have counter-rucked here, and they have done so. A kick over the top, put it high. Another great run. That's Zara Tamara. Queensland just moving the ball in the middle of the field. I almost fell off my chair in excitement. And that ball's been spilled by Queensland. Queensland 7, Victoria 0, and a great start by the women in red. Molly.
Great start by the women in red. I think they definitely put poor Victoria on the back foot straight away. Let's see if they can keep going with it.
Crouch. Bind. Just bring it up. Cool. Here. So you find your bind first, and then you find your bind after
So we're
she's
gonna
done it.
have-
Yeah, reset.
Scrum again. Just on that far side of the field to our broadcast position.
Crouch.
And Megan
Bind.
McCartney will be feeding this
Set.
for Victoria. Dominant scrum by Queensland. That is excellent.
Take advantage. Offside. Thank you.
So Queensland Looking to kick for the corner. Just extend the pressure on Victoria. What are you thinking of Queensland's attacking style?
I think they've definitely stepped it up.
That's a great game.
Stepped it up a notch in this
Thank you.
second game for the day. They were a bit slow out of the gate this morning, but they've come out this time a lot more powerful. Not a very solid line out from them though, but they're doing a really good job at spreading that ball really wide. Good intercept.
We finally get the intercept you've been looking for. Can she go all the way? No, she's been brought down. But Melinda Kosniak, she did very well there. She's put her team in an attacking position. Onita Schwalger gets over the advantage line. McCartney. Ash Masters with a great run. She's still going. She's still going. Ash Masters throws the ball. Melbourne on the charge. Looks like Party may have secured this for Queensland. Some great counter-rucking. That's well pilfered. She stole the ball. She just didn't wait for the penalty. And Victoria well offside there, but the referee's happy to let it go. Queensland just looking to get it out of their half. That's Fenelia Hake. Just kicked it out on the full.
Just watch your runs, yeah? Just
Yeah, I
watch
know.
your runs. Just make that turn, ladies. Not contested.
So, Victoria continuing their attack. Onita Schwalger has been so strong. She's just being held up there. This is great by Queensland. And they'll get the put in. So Victoria in Queensland's half, but without the pill. Can they keep the Reds down in this end of the field?
I think they'll do a good job of keeping them down this end. They've come back fighting after Patu's very blistering first run of the game. I think they'll do all right.
Just holding for a lace. Coach. Bind. Set. Pulling.
Queensland kick over the top. That is a huge kick. Victorian fullback. Georgia Cormack had to run back to regather. She's done well. Queensland may have stolen this. Queensland push that ball to the right-hand side. Over the top they go. This is an excellent run by winger Charlotte Kennington. So fast on that right-hand side. Here we go. Another excellent run by Queensland. Fenelia Hake. Hands will lead to the try. And Kirby Sefo gets the points for Queensland. And the Queenslanders in the crowd here to our left, Molly, certainly enjoyed that.
They do indeed. It's good to see that there's some people coming down to watch the Nationals this weekend.
So Queensland now with the opportunity to extend their lead. Nearly a hard game. That's just to the right, is it? No, it's gone over. Excellent kick.
Excellent crowd.
And the crowd certainly has come back in droves for this last game of the day with Queensland, which is excellent. We are obviously on the Gold Coast, just 40 minutes from Brisbane. So Queensland is just looking to add the extra pressure at the moment to Victoria, and that pressure starting to show with that kick just going over the top of the far sideline. Queensland 14, Victoria 0. Molly, what would you be thinking for the Victorians right now? How do you get back into this game?
I think they just need to get the ball in hand a little bit more, secure the ball more, and just start taking the ball forward. I reckon just, raise the aggression and just try and keep it in their possession for a little bit longer, because the Queenslanders are pretty lethal when they've got that ball in hand, when you've got runners like Cheyenne Campbell, who has moved from the backs to the forwards, and she's bringing that skill of a centre into the front row now. So, girls like her, you've got to watch out for.
Victoria much better in that scrum. But Queensland have come away with it. As they go to that right-hand side. Okay. Here's Kennington on that far wing. Just brought to ground. Okay. Keeps the ball inside the forwards. Is Victoria going to be caught short on this side unless they match? And here we go. Kirby Sefo. Great run. And Queensland are continuing their pressure. Line break after line break at the moment. Grubber over the top. Can it catch the defence napping? And that's a full-on penalty. And someone's going to the bin here.
Cynical.
Number 5 for Victoria, Catherine Temple. Just a bit of cynical play of knocking that ball down, an attacking opportunity. So Queensland 14, Victoria 0. Can they get some more points here? They attack the line. And they keep it within the locks. Another excellent effort. Queensland looking to move the ball to that left-hand side. They've got numbers here. And that's a try. Great effort there by Queensland. Didn't get a number. Winamesi Rassalia.
I don't think there was going to be any stopping her 5 metres out from that line.
She's so big and powerful, isn't she?
She is. Here we go. Here's the replay. 5 metres out.
Just brushes 2 off 3. And
tramples over everybody.
Victorian winger Redolita Robinson didn't look like she was interested in getting into that tackle.
I have been trampled by her before, and it doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't look like it would feel good.
Don't ever go high. That's what I learned. Don't go high at her. She'll bump you back, embarrass the hell out of you. Because I always thought that I was a big player. It turns out that when I stand next to her, I'm not.
That'll do it. That kick just flying out to the right-hand side. So Queensland 19, Victoria 0. And I'd say the Queenslanders are really making a statement at the moment in front of their home crowd. So the restart by Victoria. And that's an excellent run. Queensland. Well, a huge hit in the tackle there. Great defence by Victoria. Not going to die wondering in this game. Oh, and that's an unlucky bounce. Needs to find her inside woman. She does. Kicks over the top. Oh, Shy Campbell may have caught that. A great run. Gives it to Kennington, who steps off her inside. Just cut down in the tackle. Queensland getting advantage at the moment as well. So they look to spread the ball. There's numbers here. And try Queensland. Bo de la Cruz. And that was just clinical play by the Queenslanders, creating the breakthrough. Shy Campbell. If you look at this replay on our screens, Molly, and it's just safe hands all the way. Players running good lines, drawing in the defence, and Bo de la Cruz having the space, jot the ball in.
Queensland are very good at shifting that ball wide. And I think Victoria made the mistake of bunching up in defence there, because Queensland are going to get you every time if that's what you're going to do in defence.
Absolutely. So Queensland 19, Victoria 0. Sorry, Queensland 24, Victoria 0. So that kick just shying to the right of the posts. So Queensland 24, Victoria 0. The restart by Victorians goes deep. It's taken by Harkay, kicks over the top. Ah, it's just gone into touch. Bouncing off the Buildcorp sponsor sign, so it can't be thrown in quickly.
Cannot be. There would have been no one there anyways, so it's probably smart just to take the line out.
Victorians. Looks like they're feeling the efforts of this game. As we come close to half-time. And down up the inside, and that's a great run by Melinda Kosniak. Here comes Queensland, though. This is a fantastic run. Can she keep going? No, she's chopped down in the tackle. Alicia. A great effort there by the Victorians.
Yeah. Holding on.
Diving into the breakdown there, Molly, to secure a crucial bit of possession.
Great run there by the Queenslanders, though.
Seconds.
That's something they're doing right today, is taking that ball up with massive purpose. The ball bounces just on the athletic track we have surrounding our field here at Runaway Bay Sports Supercentre. Victoria look to win their own line out, and they do with a bit of creative play up the back. Melinda Kosniak did well, got some crucial metres for her side, but the ball's been lost, and it's good for Queensland. And that's Partu with a trundle. She looks for the ball on the inside and gives it, and that's Harkay. Couple extra metres. Anita Schwager, though, dived into that breakdown for Victoria, and she's pinched it. No, she hasn't. Not legally, anyway. Not releasing the player. Such a proud woman of Victorian rugby. Okay. Keep the ball within the forwards. Russellia.
A-hole. Continuing to put the pressure on Victoria. Just a couple metres out now, but Anita Schwalger gets her penalty and throws the ball down in a mic drop style. Bang.
She's been chasing that penalty for a while, I think. She's been looking for it.
And finally gets the efforts for her toil. She was hammered there at that breakdown. Just play it down. Back just in play there. Can't get a number.
No.
Oh, it's that
That's time.
Marita Masters.
So kick it out, that's time.
Ashley Masters. It's Victoria. Clear the ball out and we'll say, let's have half time. So it's Queensland 24. Victoria 0. And we'll come back in just a moment, Molly Gray and myself, with this final match of day 1. And bring you all the action of this second half between Queensland and Victoria at the Buildcorp National Women's 15s Championship. Women's 15s Championship. I'm Patrick Folkes. I'm joined by Wallaroo Molly Gray, and a stalwart of the Australian Defence Force side. Presently injured, but working away on recovery. And Molly, we've seen this first half between Queensland and Victoria, and despite a couple of moments, it's been all one-way traffic towards Queensland.
It has. Queensland have some powerful runners in their team, and I just think Victoria are struggling to capitalise. I just think they're really struggling against their strong runners. I think
They really are struggling to capitalise because they are making some inroads. They've had moments where they've won at the breakdown. Their scrums improved, but Queensland just look like they've got more power.
They do. And if Queensland can start off the way they did in the first half with a big run like what Liz Partu did, you know, I think they'll get themselves on the front foot again.
And that is that's a serious hit there on, I think it was Masters and Liz Partu.
I think so. That does not look good.
Bit of a head clash there between the two.
I'm happy that it was a general
women.
contest and
Yeah,
they're both
they're both
fine.
fine.
Yeah,
People
cool.
that you do not want to run into each other.
No,
Yeah.
that was a big hit, and both senior players of each side, neither wanting to take a backward step. But it's not Partu. You can see her talking in the huddle there. We'll look for a number in just a second.
Restart red scrum, moving forward.
Molly, the standard Queensland have brought today,
Yeah.
certainly looking like Queensland and the ACT and Sydney are the sides to beat. Who's jostling in top position at the moment after day one, do you think?
In my opinion, this morning I called it and I said WA, but after today, after seeing the quality of rugby, I'm putting my money on Sydney to take it out. And I reckon maybe Sydney and Queensland again this year, which is always a good contest to see at the Nationals. They do put on a good show. Oh, good. Ash is back on the field. She's good to go. Not that injured. Probably got a bit of a head knock, though. Maybe a bit of a headache.
In possession, moving forward.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but looks like she was grasping it. She was a bit winded. So both players staying on the field. Well refereed as well to stop the play immediately. So Queensland 24, Victoria 0. Queensland well within Victoria's half.
Coach! Bind! Just bring it up, reset. Space, reset.
So we'll just reset that scrum.
Let's go, girls!
Both packs just a little bit too
Crouch.
eager there.
Bind! Bring it up. You're going underneath?
There's just a bit of jostling on that far side between Anita Schwalger and her opposite number.
It's always like that in the scrum. She gets a bit overexcited every single time, I think.
Crouch!
This is probably one of her favourite parts of the game.
Well, and so it should be.
And she's very good at it too. I would not want to scrum opposite her.
And she missed out on the New Zealand tour last year due to injury, so
She
Queensland.
was sorely missed over there. She is such a powerful forward in the Wallaroos. So hopefully she'll be back for the next tour to New Zealand and at the World Cup. It'd be great to see her back in action in the green and gold.
Queensland marshalling it up the field. Slow meters. Good calls there from Victoria to rush up in defence. And that's been taken back from off the ground. So Queensland don't go for the 3 points. They take it quickly and move the ball out wide. Still with possession, Queensland. Bit more energy now with the pack. Victoria holding on in defence. 10 metres out from the line. There was a hole brought down. Queensland just moving the balls to the right, probing, looking for that gap. Little Fijian pass through the legs. And that's had a hand on it by Victoria. Referee hasn't spotted the knock on. Queensland just try to go through the breakdown. And they've managed to keep hold of that one. The Victorian player down in back play, reduces them to 14. Schwalger brushed away to the side. And Queensland continuing to attack. And that's a good flick pass, but it's come loose, and it's advantage Victoria for the knock-on.
Oh, she's going.
Looks like some substitutions are going to come on, Molly, and
Yeah.
good opportunity with
Yeah.
16 minutes left to go in the match, just to freshen the legs, freshen the troops.
Just wait.
Yeah, I think well deserved as well. I think Queensland are putting on a good display of rugby today, and
We're
I
just gonna
think
wait.
they're
We've got
far
two
enough
down.
ahead that they can start substituting some players in, get some fresh legs on the field. Liz Partu is giving the forwards a bit of a pep talk at the moment. I've heard many of her pep talks. They're quite good, quite inspirational.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So what would she be saying right now?
She'd probably be swearing a lot.
Well, other than that.
Very motivating. She's definitely a very loud voice on the field. Good player to have on your team. I don't like playing against her though.
So Anita Schwager, we're just seeing on our screens here, just getting some treatment from the physio. Looks like she's coming off. No, she's all good. So 5-metre scrum for Queensland. Sorry, 5-metre scrum for Victoria.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
It's so important that they hold out the Queensland here. And that is a dominant scrum by Queensland, but
Under.
technically not correct, and Masters goes for a run. Victoria secure the ball. Go for a forward hit, just one off the ruck. Anita Schwager just securing possession. As they go to the left.
Release. Tackle.
Hunt being held up there by Queensland. Victoria just with a couple of opportunities just to get out of their own half now. Just a penalty. Just not getting enough metres from those kicks, Molly.
They aren't. But that's okay. It's their line out. Hopefully they'll win the line out, and hopefully they can make some metres from that. Get themselves out of the 22.
Oh, it's blue.
Making some interchanges now.
Yeah, the bench is really going to play a big
Our subs made now.
impact in this back end, particularly as
just
we head
wait.
into tomorrow and the final day
Just
on
wait.
Saturday.
Our
You
subs made.
need a strong squad
Thank
to get
you.
through.
You do, you're right.
Queensland 24, Victoria 0. A knock on there by Victoria.
Big run here by Liz Partu. Such a strong runner. Offloads the ball.
Anita Schwager's dived into that breakdown, but she's been cleaned out. She's frustrated.
She's loving those going for the jackal today,
Joby
isn't she?
Sefo gives the offload. It's gone forward. Queensland just unable to hold on to that pill as Anita Schwager barks orders at her forwards.
She's everywhere in this game.
So
Coach.
another scrum inside the Victorian
Bind.
22, and if there's any test for a science defence,
Set.
Victoria's certainly felt it today. Here we go, an opportunity for Victoria.
Can she make it the
She's
whole way?
pinning her ears back. She steps in the inside, gets out of one tackle. She's lacking support though as the troops finally arrive. That ball's been lost. Here's Patu, gets out of one. Two, oh, but just puts her foot in touch. I know that's said that was Patu, but that was just in my excitement. That's Esita Ago Fangaloka. And the crowd here getting a bit vocal as they want to see the home side perform well. Well taken there by Victoria. They throw the ball out the back, and this is better from the Victorians. They seem to make sure they don't lose the ball. Melinda Kosniak doing well. She's done all pretty well over the course of the day. Victoria moving over the advantage line. We're playing advantage to Queensland for a knock-on. Coach killers, Molly. You've done a bit of coaching. That would no doubt frustrate you.
It would. It would frustrate anybody. There you saw just then, Oniata again, trying to get all over the ball again, having a bit of a tussle after the whistle was blown. She's on fire today, very ferocious. She wants it. Hopefully we'll see Victoria put some points on the board at some point while we have 10 minutes to go in the last game of the day.
So a short arm penalty for an early engagement to Queensland, and they take it quickly. And that's a huge tackle by the Victorian defence. Just probing on that left-hand side, Queensland. Anita Schwager's dived in, but she didn't release the player. And offside's the call. She just needs to work on that timing. She's just almost a fraction too excited.
She is a little bit too excited, I think. She's sort of given it away a little bit too many times now. I think maybe back off the jackal a little bit. Go back to doing what a prop does best.
That's the truth. She does almost play as that extra flanker position.
Yeah, I haven't seen her play like this too much before. This is kind of new, but she's giving it a go. Why not? Practice some new skills. However, it's not really working for her, it seems, today.
Yeah, line out not straight. So with 10 minutes to go in this match, it's Queensland 24, Victoria 0. And it just looks like the match is getting away from Victoria. Haven't been able to register any points yet. All look like registering points. Earlier on today, they did struggle with scoring tries. At the top they go. That ball's been knocked on. So Victoria looking to try and get it out of their own half, play it down Queensland's end. Masters. It's a couple extra metres. Hunt. Hunt with the pass out the back. Need to get some go forward, Victoria, and that's a good step on the inside. Managed to hold it. 8 minutes to go in this half.
Queensland have got the ball back again.
Oh, and that's a great hit there by Masters. She goes in for another tackle as well. The Victorian defence just starting to open up a bit. Done a lot of tackling this game. And it's well met in defence by Melinda Kosniak. Cut out pass here, ball thrown on the inside. Opportunity here for Queensland if they can use it. Full-arm penalty to Queensland. I wonder how much the referee's going to cop with this, and Queensland take it quickly. This could be a try.
It just held up.
And there it is.
Easy try, Pat.
The pressure was finally too much. And Queensland get the try. I didn't get a number there, Molly. Did you?
I think that was 7. Here we go, replay.
Grace Kahua. It's a great pressure there by Queensland. The build-up, the amount of tackling Victoria have done throughout this game. You could just see them. They're out on their feet. And they are done.
Queensland setting up for the conversion. The fullback, Zara Tamara, lining up for the kick. Sets herself up. A little bit too far to the left on that one. The score stands at 29 to Queensland, 0 to Victoria. Yet to put any points on the board. Hopefully we'll see something soon from Victoria though. But Queensland look to be too strong in the second half.
So Victoria will have to restart now. This game certainly beyond them now. Only 6 minutes left to play.
Would be nice to see them get some points on the board. Would like to see that for this game, Pat.
Absolutely.
Don't know if it's going to happen. I think Queensland are just a little bit too strong today.
Well, let's see what the Victorians can do. Less than 5 minutes to go in this game. Kick over the top. Oh, that's a great kick. Oh. And Queensland just rush up. Great effort there by a whole.
Done this a few times in this game, holding up the Victorians. There we go, and they get it. It's the third time this game they've managed to hold them up.
Queensland 29, Victoria 0. And it's really now about Queensland just showing their wares in this competition.
Letting Sydney know that they're coming for them, I think.
Coach!
It's certainly shaping up for an interesting day too. It's a real top there, pulls.
We've got to wait for the lines, and we've got to be holding.
Will be our semi-finalists, and you'll be able to catch all that action live on Rugby.com.au tomorrow when we bring you all those matches.
Coach! Bind! Set! Sorry. Advantage offside.
Queensland tuck a little bit too early there. There we go, they've got the penalty.
From the scrum. Offside from the scrum.
Going for the quick tap. Oniata back in for the jackal again. And she's got it this time. She's all over it, Pat. She's all over it. She's everywhere, just trying to get that ball back every time.
Yeah, she's really been one of the standout performers, not only for Victoria, but in the competition today.
Bit of a messy line out there, catching it at the back, sending it out to Ash Masters in the centre. Big run from Ash Masters, such a powerful player. Unfortunately, they've lost the ball again. The ball goes back to Queensland.
So we're just seeing a real attritional battle in these final few moments of day one, Molly, and it's been an absolute pleasure calling this championship today with you, and looking forward to doing it all again tomorrow.
We got 2 days of this together. 3 days,
Three
sorry.
days.
3 days together,
The
Pat.
fun just keeps happening.
It's been a long day, though. I'm sure the girls are tired, though. We can't complain too much.
That's true. And they've probably done more yelling
Probably.
as Queensland with the feed. Ball's just gone nowhere. An opportunity here. Victoria's defence can rush up. Can't question Victoria's character as a team. They've fought hard all the way to the end of this match. And they're not going to let things get easy for Queensland. Victoria regather. Now that's full time. Queensland 29, Victoria 0. Molly Gray, just a dominant performance by Queensland this afternoon.
Such a dominant performance by them. Lots of strong runners. That's one thing the Queenslanders can do. It's bust the line, making massive meters on the field, and they were just too much for Victoria today.
Well, that's all the time we've got here on the Buildcorp National Women's 15s Championship. Thank you very much for joining us on Rugby.com.au, and make sure you head to Rugby.com.au for all the post-match reaction later on this evening. And we'll be joining you tomorrow for all the action of day 2. So make sure you head to Rugby.com.au where you can find the schedule and click on the latest interviews. I've been Patrick Folkes. My co-commentator Molly Gray, thank you so much. And we look forward to welcoming you here tomorrow to Runaway Bay Sports Centre on the Gold Coast.